Well, hello, everybody, and hello, Angie.
Hi, how are you today?
Good, good. You just froze for 1 second. I'm thinking, do we lose her already?
Oh
No,
no,
you're good. You're good. I was,
there's no telling.
thinking,
There is no
I was thinking maybe it
telling.
was me too, because earlier, as Angie and I were talking, I wound up getting burnt, frozen. So I was like, I told her, I said, if it happens, just keep moving on. Ignore it, and I'll figure out a way to get back online.
Exactly. Did Keena tell you she was on the phone, but she's going to join?
Oh no, I haven't heard her. Mm-mm.
Oh yeah. Uh, I think my sister's fiance is talking to her to probably letting her talk to the kids for her birthday.
Oh, nice, nice. Yeah. So
And
Tina
I
told
forgot
me.
to go to Nothing But Cakes because I was with my two broke best friends, my son and my niece. I took them shopping and um exactly and totally forgot. We went and got food into the grocery store and to the mall and spent all the money and totally forgot until I pulled up at the house to go to Nothing But Cakes.
I'm sure she'll appreciate that. You probably won't hear the end of
Exactly.
that one.
Totally forgot.
Lord, I saw in class last night. Her hair looked good. She's wearing the hair different.
Oh yeah, because she took her braids out. And my we have a cousin who lives in California who does hair. And
Mhm.
she came down and did and straightened her hair and everything this weekend.
Yeah, it looked pretty. It looked nice. It was a very different because I've seen her with all different hairstyles, but I've not seen
Uh-huh.
that hairstyle before. That was a new one for me. So it
Yeah.
was good. Yeah, it looked good. Welcome in Julie and Terry T and AZ Cactus Doctor and
Hi, everybody.
hey Sherry Berry, welcome in.
Hi,
Hello,
Sherry Berry.
Pastor Ben.
Tell
Just
them
got
to
a
move your board meetings to another day.
exactly.
Oh my gosh, do I look sick? I must sound sick. Everybody says, "Are you sick?" I don't feel like super sick, but I must sound horrible.
It's the sinuses. I'm telling you, when I heard
Yeah.
it too, I asked her the same question. I said, you have sinus issues today because I hear it like nasally, a little bit nasally. So,
Oh, I guess so then. I don't know.
hey,
I guess
naturally
I need
blind
to.
goddess. Hey, Shauna, how are you? So, I have three this week. Three meetings.
Oh,
Sherry has three board meetings this week. Lord have mercy. Good luck on that one.
exactly.
Just smile and say yes, 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 yes.
Well, I think she has to present at the meeting, so she's the big person at the meeting. Like, I got to
Ooh,
tell y'all what's going on. So
oh, nice. She's the cheese. She's the cheese in the
exactly,
sandwich.
exactly, exactly.
Exactly. Hey Sherry, don't forget my mom was on. My mom talked to me yesterday, and she said, "I heard you mention me about the tea that your friend's making for me." And I'm like, "Yeah, I got to remind my friend that mom needs that sleeping tea." So Sherry, just a little reminder.
Exactly. Get
So,
the tea.
especially for Mama Rumor, because she will not forget. She will not
I guess
forget.
that's what I'll be having tonight with my honey that I just bought. So some of Sherry Berry's tea and some honey.
The honey with in place of something else.
Honey and lemon. You know what? I haven't had a hot toddy in a long time. My friend used to make them for me. And she made them real strong because back in the day, her dad, used to have whiskey all the time. And so when
Hmm.
she would make the hot toddy, she would put a whole bunch of whiskey in it and it would basically just knock you out. And I'm pretty sure the whiskey helped, but it really just knocked me out. And it was the next day you'd wake up, sweat it all out, and be like, oh, okay, I'm good.
That'll wake you up. Lord have
Exactly.
mercy.
Yes, Cassandra, go blue. Out Michigan, of course.
All right.
Now,
So
when the Super Bowl comes, do you ever do participate in any of the activities? I can't believe it's been twice. This is the second time it's going to be here in the few years that I've been here. This is the
no, it's
second
the
time.
third. The third time.
Oh,
Well, since I've been here, I think it's been here. This is the third time for us.
oh, really?
Yeah, yeah. It was yeah, and then I was surprised when they chose it again. I thought because I'm like we have it a lot, and it's like there are a lot of cities out there, but I guess we have the right infrastructure for enough hotel rooms and everything else, or we
It's
ride
just
out. We
chaos
probably
for me, and I don't enjoy it. Like all the traffic, all the extra people, everything is overpriced, and I'm just like, I could do without it. A whole bunch of celebrities who don't care about nothing, so I just
hmm
don't want to be a part of it.
Yeah, in Houston we used to have it often there too because Houston also had enough, hotel space. And then every time they would come, there's a place in Houston called the Galleria. It's a large shopping mall, and it's kind of like our Fashion Square here. It's very fancy and all the great stores. And so they would have the people out there, all the cameras and news people up there watching as J Lo would go shopping and everybody else would go shopping. And they would all, J Lo spotted at the Galleria, and they do it sometimes here with the Fashion Square. They do the same thing. And I'm like, who cares what they're buying? I don't care. Usually it has a logo on it anyway, so you can see what they're wearing because it's on them. So we don't need to see them shopping because now we know what they're wearing because it's all over them. Oh, man. Savannah Marin, can I have a general reading for who's Savannah Marin? Unless Besties for Life is you, because otherwise, who's Savannah Marin? I don't know.
I'm assuming that that's her name. She's telling us, hey, Miss Pam.
Could be, hey, Pam. Pamela Pam.
Oh, Cassandra said that she it was when it was in Detroit in 2006. She volunteered. I was in Michigan in 2006, and I don't even remember that. I didn't participate then. That was a year I had brand. I definitely don't remember.
Yeah, I haven't volunteered for any of them. As much money as everybody makes on them, I'm not volunteering because it's like unless you write me a check, nah.
One of the places that we used to go to happy hour with, that's how they ruined it. They started bringing in a lot of celebrity people, like, oh, let's have celebrity appearances. And the crowds got rowdy and then it got shut down. And so we found a new happy hour spot and they're doing it again.
I hate when that happens. I like finding spaces and niches where it's not crazy and then just dwelling in those. I'll go there all the time. So when people come, when they get found, I'm like, don't find us at the house. I don't want to be the hotspot. Leave my space alone.
Well, and then they always think, oh, let's bring a celebrity in. I'm here to have a good time and just interact with people. I don't care about this celebrity because, they're just there because they're getting paid. They don't actually like this spot. They're just here. They're going to do their little 15 or 20 minutes, get the crowd rowdy, and then they're going to leave. And it's just a whole bunch of chaos. And you're paying $5.
I should say the other thing that I see that happens is you become a trendy spot, and then they hire all the staff, and then they start. It doesn't have the same feel, and it starts changing. And then within about 5 months, there's the new trendy spot. So everybody's over there now, and now they have to lay off people, and then now they're overextended and wind up having to change. They've changed a little bit, so they lost the core, and then they have to close because now they're overextended. It's like I'd rather be slow and steady. That's good. So that's kind of the way it is.
For all of you who are asking, can you be on the list? Just put your question in, and then we'll pin your question. And when your name comes up, we will read your question and read you then.
Yes, and if you're on the list and have not asked for a reading, don't be surprised that you didn't get one, because again, unless you ask for it, I'm not adding you to the list. And like Angie said, tonight though, let's just I want specific questions, folks, tonight. No generals. Tonight, give us some specific questions. Give us something we can get our teeth into, okay? So.
And do not ask me how such and such feels about you. I will give you a general love reading, but I will not tap into their energy. You give me permission to go into your energy, but I won't tap into their energy. I will give you a general love. I will give you a love reading if that's what you want, but don't ask me, does Mike love Susan? Don't do it, please.
So Arkisha, you're gonna have to change your question because that's what your question is how you feel. I just read that. So Arkisha,
I'm not answering that question.
Make sure you change your question.
Especially Terry T says, I know that you are very intuitive and you're just ignoring it. I don't even know a better way for you. Your guides are literally talking to you. Most people can't hear. Your guides are talking to you, and you're just so at awe of it, you can't believe it. So listen to what your intuition says. Read the question that you ask to yourself, and then what do you hear in your ear when you read it? And that's the answer. That's literally what I do. I just read your question and then see what Spirit says and answer that question. So Terry T, I know that you're very intuitive. Either you're a little bit fearful of what you're going to get into, or you just don't believe it. And I can believe that. Sometimes the information is so awesome and amazing. You're just like, I can't believe that they told me that. Like, why would I get to know that? I always felt like it was the secrets behind the veil. Like, oh my gosh, why are they telling me this? But Now I'm just like, whatever, it is what it is. I always ask that it be healing. And so if your question isn't healing, then maybe you should rephrase it.
See you later, Sherry Berry. Have a good meeting.
Bye, Sherry Berry. Kina is now manning the chat. She will be adding you. Don't forget to tell her happy birthday because today's her birthday, 30 heaven, as she says. She will pin your questions. She'll add you and let you know if you're added to the list. Remember, she's doing, 6 or 7 or 8 different platforms. So be patient with her, and then be patient with us because technology has not been our friend.
Yeah. And Kina, just to bring you in the loop, we are not doing general readings for anyone. General love readings, general whatever. If we want specific questions, we've already asked them. So on the list, I'll make sure that I noticed there's a few on there that have asked for general. Everybody, if you've already asked for general, change your thing because we're only answering specific questions tonight. Tonight's an energy night to get into something deep and get our.
And if you don't have a question, that's okay. You can just be in the chat and share love and share the thing. You don't have to ask the question. Like, we're here for healing. I think that's what everybody forgets. Our whole platform is for healing. If you don't have a question or you don't have a need that needs to be healed, or something that you want insight on, then you don't have to ask a question. But we do appreciate you for being here and asking questions. So
yeah, and Cassandra Reams, I love the way you said that. Hello from Florida. I give you permission to give me a general reading. Thank you so much. Bless your little heart. Bless your little heart.
When you ask a question, we know that you're giving us permission. I'm just saying that if a lot of people will say, hey, can you tell me if Mike loves me? Well, you give me permission, but Mike doesn't give me permission. And to me, that's kind of like reading Mike's diary or going into Mike's head and asking for information that he may not want you to know. And so that's what I mean when I say the other person doesn't give me permission. And I don't think that a lot of people think of it like that when they ask for love readings. It's just, oh, does he love me? And he's going to somebody and asking what you think. Would you want that reader telling him what you're thinking about him?
So right now, with all the questions you guys have asked, the 3 people that are on the list with specific questions. So again, if you're not one of the 3 I mentioned and you want a specific question answered, then ask it. Vicky is on there with a specific question. Bestie is on there, and Arkisha, all 3 with specific questions. If you didn't hear your name, that means your question wasn't specific or you didn't ask it. And then if you
Curly Girls is pretty specific. It's kind of long, but it seems pretty specific.
Kina will probably add her to the list. Yep, I see that one. I'll put her on the list. I'll give her the pen. Yep, there you go.
Do I have someone in heaven looking for me? That's okay. I got it. So what do y'all think people are doing in heaven? Y'all think they just looking down like, well, let me see how I can get to this person and say whatever? Do I have someone in heaven looking for me? Vicky, yes, someone is looking for you. That's the answer to your question.
Crystal says, ask some juicy questions, people. I got my cards out tonight.
So we got, okay. And again, if you're in the comments and you want to go ahead and do readings, we will I find real unconditional love, Lord? Okay, you know what? Okay. The person who just asked about such and such as current feelings, I'll do a general love reading on you. I won't tell you about that person's feelings toward you, but I will give you a general love reading. Woo! Well, Don, I'm ready. Praise the Lord.
Who is up first? Let's see. Let's see. It's Vicky Kiefer. She says, "Do I have a loved one looking for who is MW?" Vicky, this goes back. I don't know how this got on the list. So my apologies, because you're looking for MW. Who's
Wait,
MW?
what was the first? Didn't she say it different the first time?
She must have said it different the second time.
Oh, it's supposed to be me. She rewrote the question. When we got it the first
Oh,
time, she put MW, so it's supposed to be me. I'm like,
okay.
wait, I know she said it different. Okay, got it. Okay, Vicky.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sure. I thought she was asking us about MW. Who's MW? And if it's not you, what are you doing it because of that? Okay, Lord have mercy.
I mean, that's a yes, no question, so I'm just gonna say it. Does Vicky have someone in heaven? Do I have a loved one looking for me? So how does she ask it in heaven?
Do I have a loved one looking for me? This is all I see.
She wrote it again.
Oh, she's the one that has about the. Let me see. Do I have someone in heaven looking for me? Well, which loved one or heaven? Which one are we doing?
Does Vicky have someone in heaven looking for her? I got a yes. So, yes, someone is looking for you. Vicky, outside of your question, I get an anxious energy for you. Like there's a decision that you need to make, and I got a two of pentacles that is popping up for you. So there's a decision that you need to make. When I get two of pentacles, it's a material thing. It's something to do with you balancing your resources. That could be your time, your money, your energy, projects, work, career, family. But I get a two of pentacles. So you have a decision that you need to make. My guides are usurping your question and telling me that you need to make a decision and you're very anxious about it. They show me you kind of biting your nails and not knowing what to do and not knowing what way to go move forward. They're showing me wands. So I'm assuming this is a career decision. Like maybe you need to move forward with like maybe you're considering whether you should leave your job or not and go to another job. And so I'm hearing a yes when I said, should you go to a new job or should you take another offer? I got a yes. So, oh, and that's funny because I got the walk away card. That was a card that came up was showing you walking away from something. And then I got the pentacles. So you must not be, then I got the five of pentacles. So are you feeling unappreciated about something? Because this is that card of poverty. So either you're not feeling appreciated or you're not making the money that you want to make, but I see you walking away. So the bigger question that my guides gave me about you is that if you're trying to decide whether you should move on from your employment or not, the answer is yes. Because again, I got the moving on, which is the Eight of Cups, walking away. And then I got the Five of Pentacles, which is feeling left out, and the poverty. So either you're not making the money that you want and you're not feeling appreciated for the job that you're doing.
Vicky, did you?
So that's what I got.
For me, I got because did you lose a daughter or a sister? I'm feeling like you've lost a daughter or a sister. Do either of them resonate with you? Because I'm really kind of getting heavy on the daughter side, and an unexpected death, she went quick. It's like I don't know, heart or what. But does that resonate with you? Vicky, are you still here? Did you leave us? Oh, I think I froze. Did I freeze?
No, you're not frozen. We're still, the comments are still scrolling. Maybe she left.
Okay. Oh, mine froze. I don't see any comments. So it's like everything froze.
Oh, she said a son. I just saw her comment come through. It says she lost a son.
Okay. Now, but okay. So then the energy. So this was a son who was very how do This was a son who was he showed his emotions. This is a son who showed his emotions. A son who was in touch with himself in a sense. So again, so somebody who you would give it like a I'm not saying feminine. Don't get me wrong, but again, it's that more in touch, more emotional, more ready to. If he had to hug somebody, he would and cry because again, that's probably how the daughter son thing came. And so and did he again? Was it the heart? Was it something like that? That he went fast? I'm getting like here and then went fast. Is that right? Because I don't get the feeling like it wasn't. He didn't expect it. It didn't linger. If this is for you, that's what I'm getting again. It didn't linger. It just went boom and gone. Is that right? Because I want to make sure it's the right person and for you before I continue further. So liver, no. So liver, he would have lingered. He wouldn't have died like this. So he had to have known. So I don't think this is that energy then. Motorcycle accident. Oh well, that's a quick one. Yeah. Okay. Liver. Anyway. Okay. Did he leave a daughter? Did he leave a child behind? Again, because Did he have a child? Because I'm getting again a child. Yeah. Yeah, I'm getting a child. No children. Oh, okay. How old was he? Because is it no children or no children that you know of? Because I'm getting a child. I'm getting there's a child out there. Yeah. So I could be wrong. He may be too young to procreate, but if he's driving a motorcycle, I'm not sure that he is too young. Usually that comes with age. Yeah. Vicky, keep your eyes open. Don't be surprised if this year you find that your grandmother from a child, you meet a grandchild that you didn't know you had. That's kind of what I'm getting from him. There's a child out there. So do not be surprised. Do not be surprised. So that was it.
Terry T said, Angie, are you going to do another walk? You know what? I have been thinking about it. I just haven't figured out what I wanted to do. I have been walking, and literally, Terry T, that is so funny. I was walking home the other day. I went, of course, down to on my little walk, and I always show y'all on my way there, but never on my way back. And I was like, oh, I should film this. And I thought, oh, Terry T would enjoy the different things that we're seeing on the route because I went a different way. And I was like, I should have taped it and posted it, but I did not post it. So I'll post my next walk. I didn't walk today, but I will post my next walk. Oh my gosh, Don, did I tell you I saw a ghost, or not a ghost, but a spirit in my house that walked past my bedroom door?
No.
So I was sitting in bed, and it was like a dark shadow of it, like it wasn't even in full detail. I'm pretty sure it was a masculine energy, and I think it had on a hat, and it was just in like the black form, like kind of a ghostly kind of form. And so it walked past really, really slow, going toward the laundry room, and I was just like, hey, is there somebody out there? And nobody ever said anything. So this morning I was in my half sleep wake thing, and I dreamed that I was at my second job. And I was like, I remember dreaming I was there, but it was weird because it was kids and stuff there. And then something kept telling me to wake up. Like I really felt like somebody was trying to wake me up. So then I woke up and I was like, oh, okay, it's time to get up anyway. So I went about my regular morning. I sat down, I logged in, I got my son up for school and made my tea. And then I checked and looked on my on the app that I use to pick up shifts for my second job, and there was a shift available, and there had been a big shortage of shifts. Me and Keena work at the same place, and so we were like, oh, there's no shifts, and there was a shift in there, and I think they were waking me up to say, hey, go ahead, and if you want to work, there's shifts available. But that's the same thing that happened when it was time for me to move. They woke me up in the middle of the night and was like, hey, get up. And so I got up and did it. So I assumed that was a spirit, that it was just kind of watching and telling me, hey, get up. So I think it's just to bring me more awareness. Like, when we want you to get up, we want you to move, because it's literally just that get up and do what I tell you to do thing. And so I got up and I logged in and I did what they said and I got the shifts I want. But yeah, it didn't scare me, but it was weird that I just saw it walk past my room, and that was it.
So was it like a fully formed person, or was it like just a shadow?
It was more like a shadow. like definitely like a shadow. So you know, like when you're outside in the sunlight and you can see your shadow walk by, that's how it walked by. So it didn't really have a form, but I could tell it was a shorter person. And I think that they're just being funny by giving me shorter people. And then he had on a hat because I think it was a male.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and he just walked by, and I clearly could see the shadow walk by because it was slow. It wasn't like how sometimes you think you see something up the corner of your eye, you're like, what? This was because I was sitting in my bed and my bed faces the door. I like to see if danger's coming, I need to see that it's coming. So
Right.
I was looking out the door and it walked right past me to like the laundry room area and disappeared. And I was just like, oh well. And I said, if you're a positive spirit or a nice spirit, or you're not here to do me any harm, then you're welcome. But I guess that's what it was, because the very next day, which was this morning, it woke me up. I literally know somebody was waking me up, and I could hear, them talking to me like, get up, get up. And I got up, and that's what it was.
Well, it's interesting. I was having dinner the other night, and I was sitting on one side of the dining table, and out of to my left toward the library, I kept seeing some movement toward the library. You know what I'm talking about, Angie? And I kept seeing some movement there, and it looked like a male walking back and forth and pacing, And I'm like, okay, what I'm not so.
I heard it's not Samuel immediately, so I didn't send Samuel back. So I heard it's not Samuel.
Yeah, no, it wasn't, because then the lady asked me for a reading, and when she asked me for a reading before she left, I'm reading and I'm thinking, wait a minute, there's something weird here, and the spirit that had been walking back and forth in front of the library was her nephew, who had committed suicide just about 2 weeks ago, and I was confused about what I was getting, because I'm like, something, it just wasn't. I was not connecting that spirit to her, but at the same time, it made sense once I connected it all. And then I'm like, oh, geez, wow, okay, this is what it is. But he kept walking back and forth, and I thought, who is this, and what? And I'm thinking, where does this belong? How does this belong? But I couldn't interrupt the dinner to go over and have a conversation, or even to send because I'm involved in conversations. I'm like, it was so uncomfortable. And then afterwards, when dinner was over, the spirit disappeared, and then she came and sat with me, and we were talking, and I saw some stuff in the cards, and I thought, well, I can't go there. And then all of a sudden it came out, and it's like, okay. And then I'm like, damn, that's who he is. That's who has been, that's who's been bothering me all dinner. So crazy. You never know. Yeah, just
exactly. And that's what I was having this discussion with Crystal, because Crystal was just like, nope, no, thank you. I don't want to see no spirits. My brother was like that too. He said, don't ever send them over to me. I'm good. I don't need to, I'm okay without it. And I was like, it's not scary like that. It's literally, I said, listen, the dead is the least of your worries. Those are the people you don't have to worry about. They're not here to harm you usually. Or I haven't met any that were here to harm me. And so those are the least of your worries. They're usually coming because of a need. Like usually when a spirit comes, it's a need, they need to get some information to you, or you've asked for some assistance and they're trying to help you, or they're trying to comfort you in any way. So I don't have a problem with spirits, but Crystal be like, no, thank you. Absolutely not. I don't want to see it. I don't want to be involved with it. No, no, no. So she don't even want to get close to it. She don't even want to do mediumship at all. She like, nope, they not go. I don't mind it at all. It doesn't scare me at all anymore.
No, I'm trying to expand my abilities so I see more of it, because it's interesting. Not that I don't appreciate the psychic stuff and being able to read the cards as well as doing the psychic hits, but I get so much more of a feeling of truly helping when I can maybe give somebody that last opportunity to have a conversation, or to bring closure, or to see if there's anything else out there, And so for me, it's like a gift that not everybody can give,
Didn't you say you were taking a class with Tina?
Yeah.
She's offering a new set of classes.
Yeah, it started. It's one Sunday a month for 10 months, and Michael's taking you with me actually, because he's interested in this. So he's actually taking you with me. And it's the mechanic. It's the mechanics behind mediumship first, so you get to understand what all this is about. And it's interesting because a lady who had been teaching this for years wrote the book, and then she gave it to Tina after she passed. and then so Tina has it, and we're going through that book, and the whole first chapter was all about energy, and I'm like, oh my God, this was written for me because it was about the nucleus and the neutrons and electrons and protons, and I'm like, I talk about energy all the time, and it was talking about
Exactly.
density
So
of
you said
matter.
it's one Sunday a month for 10 weeks?
10 months, one Sunday a month for 10 months. Yeah. So it'll run through October. And so she's breaking the book down over a 10-month period. And then during the month that you're not, during the rest of the month and into the next, until the next class, you ask, there's some questions and things to help you, a little, things that, to make things make sense. And then also at the same time, you practice. So,
okay. That doesn't sound bad. No, I don't think I would mind that. That seems pretty good.
Yeah. And it was about 28 to 30 people there. It was packed. It was good.
Really?
Yeah.
Were they new people or were they people that we've, seen before?
I had not seen most of them. Liz was there. Liz was there. Julie was there. The people that we knew together would be Liz, Julie, and there was one other. I'm trying to remember. Oh, and Wendy. Liz, Julie, and Wendy. Those are about the ones that I can recall that I know that I know that we both share in common in that sense.
Yeah.
And there was one woman that came up to me and she said, "Hi, Don." And I'm like, "Hi," and she goes, "Thank you for the reading at the psychic fair, or whatever." And she's like, "You may not remember me," and she said, "But you told me all this stuff, and I told you no, 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 no." And I said, I don't want to lie to you, and I hate to make you feel like it didn't matter to me because it did. But when I get a reading, when I do a reading, I usually forget them right off the bat. I'm given that blessing, so I don't have to carry that baggage. And I said, so I'd love to say I do remember, but I don't. And then she said, "No worries. I just want to let you know, confirmation that everything you said and I told you no when I left, and within a few short periods of weeks, it all happened." She said, and just like boom, boom, boom. And I said, "Well, I appreciate that." And so it was kind of a nice confirmation on that,
And and that's the one thing I bet it was. Julie said it was Heidi. And they're just sometimes they're so closed off, like, no, that couldn't possibly be. But we get into that situation where we only see it through that one lens instead of being open up to it. And so it gets it gets real when we see the confirmation, like, wait, they were right.
Exactly. Yeah. And I didn't even know Heidi when she came up to me because she's not part of our group in Tempe. So again, it's like I couldn't know her from Adam. I didn't know her. I felt terrible, but at the same time, tell her what it is. So of all people, she'll understand because she understands the community. So it's like, she shouldn't feel bad.
And Keno or Crystal, one of them, because I talk to them often, was like, "You remember every detail?" I said, "Sometimes I do." Like, because I don't think that they think that I remember the readings. And so sometimes Spirit will bring it back word for word and be like, "No, remember we told you this, or remember we told you that." Because remember that husband who was on here a couple weeks ago and we had read for the mom and the wife and they were moving and we connected all of it. Yep, I remember. Oh, Keena said that was her. And so, I remember the details like that sometimes. And then sometimes I'm like, yeah, I don't remember any of that. But I guess it's just whatever it is.
Yeah, because we were reading him. And we got the Washington State and the fishing and a move, and
they were supposed to go to Florida, and they stopped in Walla Walla, Washington, or whatever. Was it Walla Walla? Yeah.
Yeah. And I got his wife's name is Rachel, and then as soon as it triggered, then he said something, and you're like, wait a minute, this sounds like, and whatever. And he was like, "Oh, that's my wife," and then you're like, "Doesn't she have a mother that watches too?" And he's like, "Yeah." And I remember that. That was you and me on the channel.
I love when the dots are connected like that, but I also love when they come back and tell us. And you know what? When we first got on, Lotus Siren told us that she passed her Series 7 test. She said, "Remember a couple of weeks ago, y'all told us I would, and I did, and we didn't acknowledge it." But she said she did pass, and she has one more test to go. And as soon as she said that, I heard it'll be fine. She'll pass it. Her confidence is up now. That is one of the things that helped her, like passing this one. Her confidence is way up now. She's still a little bit nervous and scared, but she definitely her confidence is up. So she'll be
good luck on the trip, safe travels, and I know you're going to enjoy it.
Exactly. Maybe you'll meet the person that Spirit was telling you about in your dreams.
So who is next in line, Kina?
Samantha Magden. We're not taking general. If you don't have a specific, then we're not doing a reading. We want specific questions tonight because people will just say general, general, general every week. And we want you to ask us a specific question so we can go ahead and get the answer that you need instead of trying to pull through and just give you general information. So please ask a specific question. Kina's not going to pin your question until you ask a specific question, and then she'll post it. So if you just say, can I have a reading? Then no, you have to put a specific question in there.
And don't forget, folks, do this if you are on YouTube. Please do this. And if you're on Facebook, hit that share button, but also do this. Alrighty then.
I am literally going to find a tarot deck, Don, that is specifically to love. Like, I saw this lady reading with the had a deck, and it was all specific to love. It was like move on, player energy, he doesn't want you, let it go. I'm gonna find what deck she had, and I'm going to buy that deck because you guys are driving me crazy with these love readings.
The last time, I think it's last time, actually, that's right, Kina. Kina has a good idea there. But last time I was at Half Price. They had one. And they had one about love. And I,
oh, really?
So now, since you mentioned it, if it's still there when I go again, I'll pick it up. Or if it's not there, but one comes later, I'll keep an eye out for it. I have that Karma Sutra tarot deck. Remember I told you about?
Oh, yeah.
But the images are a little too graphic to show online. So I could use it, but I just can't show it. And you know me, I love the show. We'd get banned.
Last name Ratney, Ratne. I can tell you about the energy of the interview. Yeah, I don't know if Kina got you on there, but that's a good question. I like that. It's
does anybody have a birthday this week? By the way, anybody have a birthday this week? Let us know if you do.
Kina's today.
Oh, that's right. How did I forget? How did I forget such a thing? How could I have prompted myself? Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. That's for you, Kina.
Hi, Victoria. How are you? Hi, Jojo.
Kina turned 21 again, right?
Exactly. And I took the drinks for her because Kina doesn't drink. Now, I'm starting to think that my nieces may think I drink a lot because my niece, my little niece, last year she brought me, or the year before that, she bought me a sign that says "Wine Not." And then this year she bought me an electric wine bottle opener. And then her older sister bought me a wine cork that's actually a glass that turns the whole bottle into a glass. So I think they must think I drink a lot of wine.
Yeah, I do see a trend there. I don't know. I'm seeing a trend there for gifts. It's kind of a little hint.
And then Keen a couple years ago, a whole pack of wine corks. And so she was like, oh, you can keep some in your purse. You can keep some at home. I think that they think I drink a lot. That's all I'm just trying to say.
Just make sure we go on a plane, you take it out of the purse.
Exactly.
Oh, my goodness. So who is next? Who we got next?
Thank you, Elizabeth. For the person who asked about past life, we'll read your energy. If something about past life comes up, that's fine with me. But I can't guarantee that I'll get anything about your past life. Although I have had people's past life energy come up.
No.
So we'll see if you're okay with that.
Gem Goddess knew my very favorite word, and not scorpion, by the way, which I am, but the word besides scorpion.
I saw it and just went on past it like.
Yes. Bless
I feel like
her.
we need to do a short video on it, like on soulmates versus what's the other one they use all the time? Soulmates and
Twin Flames was one of
twin
them. It's
flame.
like,
Jesus Christ, people.
you know, like
Stop watching TV like we used to do. Don, did you ever get into Only Murders in the Building with Martin Short and Steve Martin?
I
Selena Gomez.
I see it, but I have not played it yet. I keep
Don, when I say it is hilarious, Martin Short is that is the best. Like, he is perfect for that role. I don't even get into the mystery of it because I love the interaction with Martin Short, Steve Martin, and Selena. They are hilarious to me. And this is season 2. And each season is a different murder that they're solving. And when I say it is freaking hilarious, I love that show. Like, I just finished season 2, and for season 3, I think somebody said they were bringing in, who did they say? Dang it, the Devil Wears Prada lady. Who was the person who did Devil Wears Prada? Yeah, I heard they're bringing her in. Yeah. So I'm excited for season 3, but it is freaking hilarious. Steve Martin is great. I love him. Martin, was it Martin? Martin Short. Yes, I love him. Yeah. He is hilarious in that little show. It's on Hulu. I love it. Only Murders in the
Who's the female?
Selena Gomez. She's younger. So they're both really old, and then she's younger, and they all live in this building together. The Arconia. Is it Arconia? I think, and they're and all this stuff happens to them in there, and they're solving all these mysteries. And it's only 30 minutes, so it's a quick, you can get through it.
30 minutes.
I don't like when they're really long, but it's really good. I love it, love it, love it. The show is called Only Murderers in the Building. That Jim
I have to check it out because I keep popping over it, and I'm like, do I want to get into another series? Do I want to? And then so.
Oh, it's good. I love it. It's funny though. That's what I like, is that it's not all dry and stuff. It's funny. Like when Martin Short is my favorite. I can't even stop watching him. He is freaking hilarious in there, and he's very sarcastic. Like, they're all sarcastic, so that makes it even funnier too. I love it. I could literally watch the last season again and be okay with it. Like, it was that good for me.
Then I would check it out. I would definitely check it out.
And then Lock and Key, I have to finish that. That's another good one too. That's where these people, is called Key House, and only the people from that family can make these specific keys, and then you put the key like inside your neck or inside your body, and it unlocks superpowers.
Oh, Key House! I saw that one. It's the kids that come home or something.
Lock and Key.
They come to a house, and then they have and then I saw some of that.
Yeah, and so they're on season 3. I think I finished season 1 and 2, and now season 3. I still have to watch it, but that's a good one too. Hi, Angel Eyes. You're never late. You're always on time when you're here. Good morning, Apexa. Hi, Miss Elizabeth. Lock and Key. Yeah, that's it. Jim Goddess. That is a good one. Okay, so Besties for Life. I actually got a reading on you when I read your questions. It says, any new income coming my way? And I heard a resounding yes. And then I got like jumping up and down, like my guys are jumping up and down, excited about it. And there's little cherries. And it reminded me of the episode of The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air where Carlton got addicted to going to the casino, and he kept hearing cherry, cherry, bell. He was trying to get the jackpot, cherry, cherry, cherry. So what they're telling me is this job is going to be a jackpot. It's going to be good for you. And they keep showing me the Ace of Pentacles over and over. Oh, is it Ace of Pentacles? Page of Pentacles over and over and over again. And that means that someone is coming with the information about it. So there is going to be good news coming about a new opportunity. So I definitely get a yes. I heard by May. Are you thinking about relocating? Because I hear by May, a new city. Are you thinking about moving to a new city? Because I heard by May, a new city. And it may not be far. If I wanted to move from Tempe to Chandler, like it's not a very far. It could be like maybe a 10 or 15-minute difference. But I definitely heard relocation or a new city. So if you're not thinking about moving to a new city, I'm hearing that you may by May, you will be considering moving. And it looks like it'll be related to the job. And then I heard remote. Are you trying to get a job that is remote where you'll stay home and not have to work? because I also heard remote location. So maybe you'll like that. Like, are you wanting to get into a area that is like you want to get out of the city, you want to go more suburbs or even further back than that? And then I got the 9 of Wands, which is the resilience card. Like, you must be ready to go, or you must be at the end of your rope with something, because it's saying hang in there. This is the resilience card. This is that beaten and battered and tethered and hang in there. It's almost over. We're just before the 10. The ending isn't there yet, but don't let go. So I'm getting that maybe you're tired of whatever it is and you're ready to move on. But there, I do see an increase in your income, and I do see I do hear spirit saying that your prayers have been answered. Like, they can hear you praying and wanting to move on. You're very sincere about it. You don't seem to be very unappreciative. And so they're saying, yes, new income is coming, maybe a move by May, and then hang in there. So that's what I got done.
I'm trying to figure out the cards that I dealt. The cards that I dealt tend to tell me that besties for life. The one thing that I'm getting is like, I feel you're out of alignment. I feel you're kind of. I feel like, again, there's an alignment issue here. We have the Hermit card again, which is your path, and are you on your path? But we have an issue of you getting back on your path, because this is that returning back to, again, rising above. So I'm wondering if you're kind of out of sync with what you intended to do, or what you needed to do with your path. And so what I would suggest to you is look at again. I think you would go with Angie's 9, because again, it's that stop and take notice and take an inventory and understand where you are, what you're doing, and that kind of stuff, as well as your happiness level and all those things. But because again, I think that when you do that, you're going to see that you're just not on your right. It's not aligned to your path yet. And so I think if you can somehow make an adjustment to find out how you can get back to your path, or again, find your joy, that would be a thing. I think you're gonna have success. But you got to listen. You got to listen to the voice. You got to listen to the voice. You got to listen to exactly. You got to listen and hear what they have to say, because again, if you're shutting that out, you're not getting the message. And Spirit's telling you what you need to do and how you can move forward to get to that level where, again, income is not going to be a question. So what I'm suggesting is, on this journey that Angie was talking about, make sure you also do some internal checks and find out, what is it that's kind of not resonating with you right now? What's holding you back? What's keeping you from feeling your higher power, the best use of you that you can be, if that makes any sense. The point is just, again, align yourself, because I just feel this out of alignment, and it's not conducive to again, making the most amount of money you want, So stumbling through that one, but you know what I mean. Alrighty then. Who is next? Hopefully it helps you, Savannah. Who is next, Kina? Arkisha, should I be open to the future of this new friendship with my friend Alex? Okay.
Yes. I heard yes as he read the question, so just be open to love. I don't see it being here forever, but I do see be open and you can have fun. That's all I got.
Yeah. And I think the friendship is more than friendship, at least from your point of view. And so, yeah, but I'm with you. Not for a long time, but for a present time.
Not what Alicia say. We're here for a good time, not a long time.
Exactly. Who is next? That was a quick one. Who is next, Kino?
The list isn't closed. Kina's still adding people. He will let you know if you already put a question. You have to put a specific question. We're only taking specific questions. We're not doing general questions. So if you have a question, list your question. You will only be added to the list if you type in a specific question. And then Kina will add you to the list. And if Kina doesn't add you and say you're on the list, no, you're not on the list.
So may I have insight? The question from Curly Girl is okay, specific question. I've been feeling very emotionally imbalanced and dissatisfied in my love and professional life. May I have insight on what's positive I may not be seeing now?
And you don't have to answer this, Curly Girl, if you don't want to, but they show me with someone with a big giant puffy coat on. And so it seems like to be extra weight. So did your appearance change to a point where you're not comfortable in who you are? And so you think that the world around you perceives you differently because they show me a big puffy coat and you're uncomfortable in the coat. It doesn't fit and you want to take it off, but the zipper's stuck and you can't get the zipper off. And so for me, that's either you're not happy with your appearance and you don't know how to get back to where you're comfortable with who you are, but you're thinking that the world is perceiving you in a way that they're not perceiving you. Um, and I'm hearing literally, and this isn't even me just being general, it says, love yourself, love you at every level. Nobody is seeing you different. She said, yes, and I feel a lot of pressure to succeed. They said I heard that the pressure that you're receiving is because you must be doing a great job at work. You must be performing well, and so they're pushing you more, 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 and more. And so you're each time that it seems that they require more of you, you get a little bit nervous and wonder why they're pushing you. They make it seem to me like a really tough teacher. Literally, they're showing me Fame. And what is her name from Fame? Gosh, the lady who used to teach the class, the dancer lady, Felicia Rashad's sister,
Mm-hmm.
her. They're showing me her, and she was really, really tough on them because she wanted them to be the best. She wanted, they represented her. And so, who's ever putting all this pressure on you seems to be that they think that you're a great or they think that you are a skillful person. And the pressure that you're feeling is because they're pushing you to be your best, or they're grooming you for management, like the next level up of management is what I'm hearing. But it's more of Debbie Allen. That's who it is. Yes. It's more your perception that you're doing worse than you are because they think that you're doing a great job or they think that you're doing an amazing job. And then the cards that came out, wow, all I have to do. This is that Page of Pentacles. So that's information coming in about more money, new opportunities. And then the Page of Swords is just a new way of thinking. I like the way they do it because it's her with a book and then all these light bulbs. These are all little ideas that are coming to you, information that is going to help you to excel forward. And then I got the Nine of Pentacles, which is the Lady of Leisure, independent wealth. I love independent wealth and the Lady of Leisure. She is one of my friends. And then I like that they always use the chakras. See how those are all the chakras are aligned? She's just picking what she wants from. This is basically a money tree because coins, pentacles are little material things that she's just picking what she wants. And so I see very good for you regarding your career. That's because that's what I mostly got was career, but it's your perception of you, not the way that other people are seeing you is what I got for you, Miss Curly Girl.
Yeah, it's interesting because as you started to read and as I had read that question, the one thing that I got is you have to have dominion over yourself. This is the message I was getting: dominion over yourself. If I feel like you are serving far too many gods, and I don't mean the God is in heaven or wherever else, the God that you may follow, that sacred God, not that one. It's like your masters, and I hate to use the word masters because that has a very negative term. But in this case, again, you're serving too many leaders, and you're trying to please everybody, and you can't. You have to, can't, whatever you want to say. The point is that you have to be serving yourself first. And I know it sounds very egotistical or self-centered, and that's not what I'm trying to imply. But what I am saying is that if you overextend yourself because you're taking care of this one and this one and this one, and you're trying to please this one and this one and this one, but at one point there becomes a conflict on who is higher priority, why they higher priority, and guess what? Generally speaking, you are not. Because when you're that kind of person, the last person on the list is you, not the first, not the second, usually the last. And so what I would strongly suggest to you is if you want to look, again, even your question, may I have insight on what's positive? You shouldn't need to ask anybody what's positive in your life. I mean, even if your life is a shit show, excuse my French, but if it's a shit show, you should be able to find those positive things in your life and be able to acknowledge those. So again, you're serving far too many different leaders. What I would suggest is do the work that you can do. Make sure that you change, look at your priorities, maybe change them a little differently, but also realize that you can't do everything and you can't do all things. So at one point you have to say, I draw the line here. I can't do this. I don't have enough time for this, and start pushing back and owning dominion. Again, dominion over yourself. Once you have dominion over yourself, you own your own power, then people will respect you. They won't push your limits. They won't push against you. And in the end, you will find a more happy person because now you realize that you have options or you have choices or you have some power. Again, some power brings us happiness, not megalomania kind of power, but again, power over understanding we are who we are and we own this. This is our vessel. Okay, that's where I'm going. Okay.
Also, I heard delegate. You can delegate some of those responsibilities. You don't have to do it all. I feel like you are very, very, they gave it to me. I have to get it done. This is how it looks to me. And what the word that I heard when Don said, you're serving too many masters is to delegate some of that. Can somebody else run that report? Can somebody else do the fact finding part of it? And then you just put it all together. Can somebody else contribute to it? You don't have to do it all yourself. But while Don was talking, the 9 of Cups came up. And again, that's another wish fulfillment. That's all. You got the 9 of Pentacles and the 9 of Cups. 9 of Pentacles is independent wealth and 9 of Cups is wish fulfillment. So you just put it out there what you want. A lot of us act like we can't make any decisions. This is a co-creation. If it's too strenuous for you, go to your higher power and say, hey, this is too much. How can I get from where I am to ease off some of this pressure? What can I say to them? Because sometimes we don't know how to approach our superiors or the people or our employers. And so you go to your guys and say, hey, how do I get some of this pressure off of me? How do I delegate some of this? How do I move from where I am to a position where I feel more comfortable and in control of what I am supposed to be doing? These are all questions you can ask your guys. You don't have to just take it. You can change circumstances and change things and say, hey, this is too much. They're going to keep giving until you say you don't want it anymore. The story that they're reminding me of is the lady in the Bible who was about to be homeless or poor or whatever she was about to be, and they told her to go collect all those glass vessels, and she collected those vessels, and they kept pouring the oil, and the oil didn't stop pouring until she ran out of vessels. So once you run out of room to receive, then you'll stop receiving. So if you're at your capacity, tell them, I can't take anymore. One of the things that I heard this lady say, we were in a leadership meeting, and she says they were giving her more and more and more. She said, I don't have any more bandwidth to be able to do what you're asking me to do. And bandwidth, we know. You need that. You need that to be able to make these lives work, to make these work. I don't have any more bandwidth. What should we take off of my plate in order for me to do that? Because I have this, and I have this. So if you want me to do this, which one of these do you not want me to do, or do you want me to put on the back burner? Our capabilities team tells us all the time, that's not a priority. These 3 things are the priority. Those things are on the back burner. So when we ease up on these things, then we'll come back to that. So you either take those off of the plate or you ask somebody else to do it. And so that's all you have to do is tell them, I can't do this. It's too much. Because what happens is if you die, they're just going to replace you with somebody else or 2 people. Would that be something for you to die, and then they give your work to 2 people because it's too much for 1 person? When I left my old job at UOP, that's exactly what they said. They were like, we had to break your job up into 3 different people.
Yep. But again, owning the dominion, again, it goes back to the dominion again, having dominion over yourself. And then secondly, more important again, is that people will keep dumping onto you until you say, whoa. And
I can't take anymore.
Exactly. So again, follow that's great advice.
And that's in love too. Like you said, you're uncomfortable in your love relationship. Are you uncomfortable with the demands that are put? I think when you say love, I hear your appearance. You're not happy with your appearance, so you don't think that your person is happy with their appearance. But sometimes our significant others can feel our uncomfortableness, and then that makes them uncomfortable, so they step back. So if you're not comfortable with who you are, then they may not be comfortable with who you are. They may still love you the same, but because you see them different. But you can also say, hey, let's go for a walk together. Let's do this together. I see couples all the time working out or doing things together and learning how to get healthy together. So that could be something too, is that you decide to do things together.
Mm-hmm. Good advice. Good advice. Super. Who is? Oh, and somebody asked a question. I came to my. I just as soon as it popped up. Aisha Smith said, "Will me and the cancer man have a baby together?" Child. If you have unprotected sex, that's potential. This is not a question. This is not. This doesn't. It fails me that this seems to be a question for a psychic. This is biology, and this is protection, and this is other things. Do you really need a psychic to tell you this?
I feel like in that situation, like she wants to know, does this person want to have a baby? So like if I oops and get pregnant, is he going to stay with me? Is what I think she really wants to ask. Because my ear is itching. I think that's what she really wants to know. If I oops and get pregnant, is he going to leave me?
Oh,
and I'm going to have to raise this baby alone. That's what she's asking. Alice Rivers asked, said the cards that I was using was great. And this is what they are, the Light Seers Tarot. I love these cards. Everybody who sees them loves these cards. Shauna talks about how much she loves them too, but it's the Light Seers Tarot. That's what we're doing. And that's how I saw them online. Somebody else had them. And then when Kina was giving them away, I definitely took them. So Aisha said that's what it is. She wants to know if she gets pregnant, will he leave her? And again, I don't think that he's ready. I don't see that he's ready. If a man wants to have a baby, that's a conversation like that you would have with him. Are you ready to have children? Do you want to have a child with me? Do you see a future with us having a baby? If you're afraid to have those conversations with that person, then don't take off your clothes and have sex with that person. Don't have sex with people that you don't potentially want to have a baby with.
Hey, amen. That's all I can say. Amen. Wrap it before you pack it. Lord have mercy. I have a long distance love interest. It's been 4 years. What does the future hold for?
That sentence in the middle, it's a standstill for 4 years. That's what it holds for you, not absolutely nothing. Who's going to be in a relationship for 4 years at a standstill? If you were at your job for 4 years and it was at a standstill, would you stay there if you were just at a standstill? You do not have to stay in this relationship. Nobody is locking you to that person. A standstill, then why would you stay? Absolutely not. I don't see a future for you and that person. Time moves forward every single day. Why would you continue to be in a relationship where you're just and when you say standstill, I mean, I assume that you want to get married and this person doesn't want to and doesn't seem to want to. And it's funny that I've heard 2 stories this week about people buying their own ring. I would never, but buying their own ring for their spouse to present to them. So in that situation, what do? You buy the ring and then you just be like, here, when you're ready to give it to me, you give it to me. Is that how that? But in the one there's a lady, we call her bought her own ring, which is so mean, but she bought her own ring and she took it and she set it on top of the TV and told him whenever he was ready to ask her to get the ring and ask her. And I don't know that he ever did. I think that they ended up getting married, but I think she just put the ring on and was like, whatever, we're engaged. I don't think he ever asked. And they look very uncomfortable in the wedding picture because I was privy to the wedding picture and they do not look happy. But yeah, don't ever want to be called bought her own ring. So I do not see moving forward with this situation. I actually see a tower moment where you're just gonna blow up and it's gonna be something like, can you bring me some caramel popcorn? And then they bring you the wrong kind and you just be like, you know what? You never listen to me. And you just storm out and it's over. It's going to be like the smallest thing that breaks the camel back. Like you taking all this for years and then immediately you're just like, you know what? I don't like that kind of popcorn. We've been together for 4 years. You should have knew I didn't like popcorn. And you just walk out and it's over popcorn. But it wasn't really over popcorn. So no, Miss Sandra, I do not see a future with you. Move on and find someone who loves you.
And Dr. Priya Ratami, my dear, I hope I don't read it the way it seems to come across, but you letting us know that you need an answer now because you need to sleep. I'm sorry that our live messes with your sleep cycle, but there's a way to take care of that. You just hit that off button and it goes away. So, I mean, I'm hoping it's not as rude as it sounds, but you're typing kind of like, what the hell?
He wants to know what they're thinking about or what they're thinking about him at work. That was a person who asked about the interview. I mean, I don't know what to tell you.
What a person thinking about me. She had an interview on Saturday. She had an interview?
Whoever this Dr. Priya is, I think she had an interview and she wants to know what the outcome of the interview is. That's pretty much what she wants to know, I think. Yeah.
I guess I read it different. It says, can you tell me about my work? What a person thinking about me. She had an interview on Saturday. Is she implying that she had an interview with her on Saturday?
Right. So I think the interview was her. What?
So you're just trying to ask, are you going to get the job? Is that what you're asking? Are you going to get the job?
It was two parts. I had an interview with a person on Saturday. It was okay. It's her interview. Woo, praise the Lord. Okay, got it. I get a very nervous energy in there, and you think that you messed up, like you stumbled over your words a lot. I see you shuffling papers like you were looking for answers in the interview, but it seems like a place that you already work, so you should have been more comfortable. I just think that interviewing is not your thing, but overall, your work situation is good. I'm going to pull a one card for you as an overall outcome of what the interview is going to be like. And I got the Knight of Swords, so that's rushing in hastily. I honestly don't know what that means for this situation. People. For the person asking about will she move to North, I feel I got left out, so I got maybe a no, you won't get the job. And then I heard someone is more qualified for it, so I don't think you will get the job. It's possible, but I don't get a positive on that. And I can do the pendulum. Will Priya get the job that she interviewed for on Saturday? Wait, let me stop it and do it again. Will Priya get the job that she interviewed for on Saturday? Wow, it's not moving at all. Jesus Christ. Don, are you getting anything on that?
Yeah, it will come through, but it's going to come through.
Yeah, I am getting a yes on that, so maybe yes. But I got that feeling left out, so maybe that's just how you're feeling about it, is that you won't get it, because I did get a very, very nervous energy about it, and that you you don't think that you performed well in the interview, but that you do your job great. So the pendulum said yes, Don said yes, and so maybe yes, you will get it. There you go. Have a good night, and I hope your baby sleeps through the night, because listen, ain't nothing like a baby waking you up at 1:14 in the morning.
Next.
Crystal says she also got a yes. Crystal got a pendulum down, and she is in love with it.
Does she have a name for it? Crystal, you have a name for it?
I think she did name it. Crystal, didn't you name your pendulum?
I know Lewis has a name for his. And then somebody else in our class has a name for theirs too.
I didn't name mine, I don't think. Alicia named hers Pendizzle.
Mm-hmm.
And I forgot what Lewis named his. She said she didn't name it.
You said Pendismal?
Pendizzle.
Pendizzle. Oh, like Vin Diesel.
Drizzle, Dizzle. Yeah. Pendizzle. Yeah.
Pendizzle. Oh, interesting.
Yeah. I forgot what Lewis named his. I never named mine, so Kim named, oh, she called hers Penny sometime too, but
I think Pam named hers as well.
T Brown, did you put a specific question in there? We're not taking general. So if you put a specific question in there, once Keena gets to you, she will let you know if you made it to the list. So give her time. Remember, she is doing 7 different platforms, and she has to at you or let you know on every platform, or come to your specific platform and let you know if you made it. So give Keena a chance to pin you. And I don't know how many are ahead of you. For all of you who are asking, I don't know how many are already on the list.
Happy birthday to you. Happy
I don't mess
birthday.
these cards all up. They just all over the place.
Which for Elizabeth English, which loving family or friend in heaven is watching over me? Do, 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 do.
Spirit says, why does it matter? Like, are you trying to connect with a specific one? That I heard all of them. Actually, all of them are watching on you, over you. But are you trying to connect with a specific one of them in particular? I've told this story many, many times. When I wanted to specifically talk to one of my relatives, I started writing in my journal to that relative and putting their name, dear whoever it is, and writing to them in my journal or calling out to them or talking to them. So is there a specific person that you're trying to meet? But I heard all of them are watching over you in some way, shape, or form, because they showed me like a circle around you. So is there a specific thing? Is that just what you is that all you wanted to know? Is there someone in there watching? All of them are watching over you in some kind of way. Are you open to them contacting you? That's another thing. That's another question. If one of them reaches out to you, are you going to be able to receive it? And then when I say receive, like if it's a song or a food or a smell or something like that, a friend of mine told me the other day she smelled her mother's perfume, and her mother passed over 20 years ago. And I said, that's your mom trying to let you know that she's there. She's trying to comfort you. She's going to have surgery in a couple of weeks. And so her mom came in to comfort her. And then as we got into it, I saw her mom at in the hospital room at the head of the bed with her. And so that was just her comforting her, letting her know that she's going to be there. So if you're wanting to connect to a loved one, just talk to them, call out to them, invite them in, and then if they contact you, are you going to be afraid?
And actually speak out loud to them. Don't just think. Speak out loud.
Pam says she calls her pendulum Amy. I do write and draw and try to communicate. Okay. And so when you say you try to communicate, you're probably thinking that it's going to be a big loud voice that comes, Elizabeth, it is me, your mother. I have been trying to contact you. That's definitely not how it happens at all. They do not come to us like that. It could literally be, man, I want a piece of strawberry cake. My mom used to make cake all the time, and that's your mom sending a memory to you. The other day, in class, we did songs that reminded us of our loved ones and had a specific meaning to people that are passed on. They could send you a song, they could send you a memory, they could send you a dream. So there's all different ways your loved ones try to talk to you and get you. Again, I don't know if you were on here when I said my guides were trying to wake me up last night. I dreamed something, I could hear them trying to wake me up. And then when I woke up, I did exactly what they said. So you have to be able to receive them in all different ways. My guides will talk to me, show me images, show me music. Like for 3 days, I dreamed about the same song. As soon as I woke up, I heard the same song over and over and over again every single morning. What did I do? I got up, I went and looked at the lyrics of the song. The song meant something. They send you messages in more than one way. She says when she hears a song on the radio called Sheila, she thinks of her. Then reach out and talk to your grandmother. Was your grandmother's favorite color pink? A butterfly is a great symbol that someone is trying to reach you. When I see butterflies, it's transition. It means that I'm transitioning from one thing to another, not specifically a person. But if butterflies remind you of her, that's just her letting you know her presence is there. And the more open you are to her, the more you communicate with her, the more she'll communicate with you. Like maybe you'll watch her favorite movie. Maybe you'll get some images or you'll get some insight. Like when I want to connect with my cousin, I watch Coming to America. That was the first movie that we went to the drive-in to see together. So I'll go and watch Coming to America because it's funny and I remember funny things that he says, and then maybe I'll dream and get insight about a question that I had. But it was your grandmother's favorite color pink or something like that? Because I see a lady in pink and white, like a house dress. And standing next to an ironing board, like ironing clothes, or doing laundry or something. So I feel like she does try to communicate with her. You just have with you just have to be a little bit more open. That's all I got done.
Well, super. Sounds like somebody did want to communicate, and it sounds like you got a good message there. The most important thing is just make sure you communicate openly, speak what you feel, have that communication with somebody, and be open to hear it. Again, like Angie was saying earlier, sometimes we're afraid, sometimes we're shocked when we get an answer because we say it but we don't expect it. So most importantly is be open to hearing and find find a tranquil time for your mind. Find a place where you can again quiet your mind or a way to quiet your mind because again once you quiet your mind and find focus often you can hear things that you would not hear in a more busy environment. So that can be key to it. And again, when I say here, don't get me. I'm like Angie's telling you. When I say here, let me use a better vocabulary. Not here, as in here, but more of just knowing. All of a sudden, you get a flash or an image or a thought that you just know it's from them. You don't need to hear or see. You'll like boom, all of a sudden, wow, okay. So the response comes. Again, Hollywood tells you, oh, somebody's gonna come and sit in front of me, and they're gonna have a conversation with me because the spirit. No, no, no. It's not often that way. Most of the time, it is all of a sudden I get a flash or I get a knowledge or something. So again, put the Hollywood stuff aside, and you'll be very surprised how much information is shared with you by the loved one once you realize that's what it is. Other times you just say, "Oh, isn't that weird? I'm having that thought." Well, maybe that thought came from someplace because you were asking the question.
And I also heard you are gifted, my dear. And I don't know if that is a way that she would address you, but I heard you are gifted, my dear. Draw it. Your gift could be in drawing. There's a lady in our mediumship class. She draws what she sees spiritually. And so you'll end up with a portrait and it'll be the scene saw or the energy that she's reading. So don't discount any ability. There's more than one ability. There's seeing, there's hearing, there's touching, there's all knowing, there is the feelings. There's so many different ways to receive, and yours could just be drawing. So pour into that. When you're missing her and you're wanting to see her, draw butterflies and see what images you get. Do automatic writing. There's videos online on YouTube that you can do about automatic writing. There's classes you can take. I've never done it, but I do know that there's local classes here if you're in Phoenix where people do automatic writing. But draw. If butterflies are what you see, draw what you see in that image. If you're thinking about your grandmother, draw that. Those are all different ways to receive messages. And I would see things and I'll be like, oh, there's a star, there's this. And then next thing you know, there could be numbers in there. There could be, words in there. So just draw or just, whatever it is, use what abilities you have. It's not like everybody's going to have the same thing. Everybody's going to receive it different. So don't think that because I hear, you hear, Don just receives his. He doesn't even know why. If you say what's 1 + 1, the answer is 2. You don't think, well, did I hear the answer? Did I see the answer? You just know the answer is 2. You don't second guess at all. You just know. And that's clear. That's, just knowing. And so that's the way Don receives it. But I hear and sometimes I see. So everybody does a difference. But sometimes I also feel. Some people receive colors. So just know that use whatever it is you have. The more you have for them to use, the more they'll use. That was the one thing our mentor told us, is to always keep growing because they'll use what information you have to communicate with you. So do it that way. Maybe it's a favorite food. that you could prepare, or that she used to prepare that you like. So there's all different kind of ways. But drawing, I did hear you are gifted, my dear, and then I saw you drawing. So at least start drawing, and then it'll build onto the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. So allow that to happen.
Exactly. Just sit down and start writing anything that comes in your head, even if it's a word or a sentence. Just write it, and you'd be surprised at again what information you get. And like that is usually spirit communicating with a spirit communicating with you. The one thing that will drive you absolutely crazy is there are times where you'll be asking for a spirit, but then you'll say, "Who's the spirit?" because you're looking for a spirit by name, and that's one of the most frustrating things because that doesn't happen very often. For them to tell you, I mean, they'll talk to you, but it's like for them to get out there and give you a name. Usually, you pick it up because the information they share with you or the information that they give you is based on someone specific. So you're like, oh, that's who knew that. So I'm guessing that's who gave me this. So the one thing, don't get down to the fact that you must have a knowledge of who gave you that information on your side. Don't worry about that because eventually you'll figure it out anyway. So
she says she's been trying to find her abilities. We have class on Tuesday night, 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock Mountain Standard Time, where we do that. We discover our abilities, we expand upon our abilities. So you're welcome to attend the class. It's free. It's a private Zoom link that Don sends out every Tuesday, or if Don leaves me in charge, I have to send out. But usually Don sends out the link, and we do different exercises to practice our mediumship and our psychic abilities. And we do all different kinds of stuff. So if you are interested in attending the class every Tuesday night, it's free. It's on Zoom. Again, it's a private link. Email one of us at the email address that Kina will post on the screen, and then come to attend class and just be open. That's the one thing we tell you to do, is to be open to everything. Don't discount anything that comes in there. Come in with an open mind and just enjoy the class. Oh, and that's our email addresses down there: advice@sonoranmystictarot.com and Angie5@yahoo.com. And so you email us, we'll put you on the list. And then Tuesday, when we send out the list, you'll get the link. You attend the link, 2 hours, 6 to 8. We do ask that you be on camera. If you don't have cards, you don't have to, but some people do. Sometimes our exercises require cards, but if you don't have them, that's fine. You can bring your pendulum, whatever you have that helps you with your abilities. So who's next, Kina? Oh, see, there you go. Did Kina leave?
No, I thought she was here.
When you say you want to know if he'll be okay, I assume what you want to know is this person still here? Is Lenora still here? I assume what you want to know is he going to get out, or is he going to have to serve all of his time, or is he going to get sentenced? I'm assuming that's what when you say, is he going to be okay? I'm not going to ask you what he did, because the last time
That went definitely
exactly, Crystal. The judge broke us up. I was about to say, you real resilient in waiting. As soon as they be like clank clank, oh, okay, you are living a lifestyle that I do not want to be involved with. And I have a child, so that may be different for me, but I'm not, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know.
No, she has a child with him.
Oh, no.
That's the feeling I'm getting. I'm feeling she has more than one child, but I think she has one specifically with him, and that's the thing, the bond that's the problematic issue here, is that daddy mama thing. But she's not here. Lenore, are you still here?
I feel like it was a drug charge, and is that the kind of lifestyle you want your child to grow up being involved with? Praise the Lord. I just Lord help the children. What is the problem? Move on, honey. I do feel like he's going to be sentenced. I hear 5 to 7. And I feel like it's a drug charge. And then I hear delay. The card that I got was delayed news. Have patience. So I don't feel like I feel like it's moving very slowly through there because they're building, they're finding out more and more things about him. And there seem to be co-conspirators. I hear that there may be other people. So I would move on. And I wouldn't want my child to be no, she says that he's been in there for a year. He's been fighting his case for a year, and she wants to know, will he be okay? So he's in jail, and he's been fighting it, trying to get out, is what I'm assuming. So maybe they haven't been to trial or whatever it is. I'm assuming. Because I don't think that he's been sentenced yet. And she wants to know if he's going to be able to get out. But I'm getting a no. And I get that they're probably co-conspirators. Like I literally heard the word co-conspirator, and to just move on.
Yeah, I think it's it's interesting that she would come to ask the question, because I'm getting called that the question is actually being asked of her, and so I think spirits are asking her, is this what you want for your life and your children? Because this will not be the end of it. This, no matter what happens here, this will not be the end. So if this, and so I believe that when you came to us with questions your spirits are asking you, and they're asking you specifically. Thank goodness you heard them. But the sad part is I don't think you connected to your own spirit, because your own spirit's asking you, do you want this? It's not what will happen. It's like, do you want this beyond this year? Do you want this for the remainder of you and your children's lives? Because this will not be a one-time occurrence. And so you have to make that choice. And I could be totally wrong, but I'm telling you, I do get the feeling that your spirits are telling you this, and they're having you make that decision. You try to figure out, again, what you want for you and your children. That should be your question. And I could be wrong. I mean, again, everybody has different focus. But you know what? If I'm giving birth to children, they come first. And so if I'm looking at my children and saying what is best in their best interest, that's how I would come at this. So.
Miss Linda said, I think I come here because I realize how truly blessed I am after listening to some of these questions. I get it.
Amen.
Like, oh my God, I thought my life was bad, and woo, child. And I do understand, but when you bring children into it, is this the pipeline that I want them to see? No. Then for me, it's a no. I just move on, and I just cannot.
One thing though, let me, I gotta use it. Here we go. Well, isn't that special?
Listen, I feel like that is my face, my alter ego. Like that face that they put, that's literally me sometimes. Like, I get it. That one is perfect, Don. I don't know how you found it, but that is perfect. I love it. I love it. I love it. All
like
right. Who's next, Tina?
That's like in Devil Wears Prada, when she purses her lips, when the woman who runs and she does that, and you're like, damn, that says everything. Just seeing that look, you're like, shoot. Who is that?
Alice wants to know. She got a letter saying that she received a large amount. I don't hear that you're not denying that you received it, so I'm assuming that you are. And I would think that if this is supplemental, is this for like a disability? Usually supplemental is for disability. Let me ask. That's the only thing I can do is ask. Has Alice been permanently cut off from Social Security benefits? I got a yes. I guess if your income or circumstances change, No, additional Social Security. Oh, wait, what?
Supplemental Social Security is like an additional amount because of something else. I think.
She said from disability, yeah. Because I
Right.
used to have clients who we were trying to get their disability.
Right.
And so usually it would take years for them to get it. So
Right.
then when they got it, they would get a lump sum.
Yeah.
And then they would get the lump sum, and then they would start receiving monthly payments.
But when she
So
crossed that threshold of the amount, she only lost the supplemental part, not all of it.
right.
And the question then would come back again. First and foremost, why would you let somebody put money in that bank account? That would be my question. But that's not my business. When you know you're under the gun, it's like, really. But
Well, no, she said just additional Social Security. Because I said, did you get a lump sum? And she said, no, just additional Social Security. So you're saying you got a lump sum payment of back money from, like, so say you filed in 2018, and then in 2020 you got approved and you got the money, and that was the lump sum. And so you're wanting to know if they're going to permanently cut you off. So were you receiving state Social Security? Because I've had that happen. I had a client, she was receiving state. She was like, say she was received it from the state of Arizona. So, and then she applied for the federal. So then we finally got her approved to show that she was permanently disabled because her issue was. And so then they cut off her supplemental, which was
she received a large amount from her son. Her son gave her some money, which again is something that they usually advise you not to do, and they tell you over and over again, if you change your income levels, you will have a negative impact to that. But I think what happens is, the only thing I'm getting is that there is an appeal process. I don't know anything about this, okay, when it comes to Social Security and all that stuff. But I'm getting the feeling like you need to file an appeal. There's an appeal process, and that's where your best chance lies. Okay, that's what I'm getting. File an appeal, and make that explanation. But
geez. Yeah, because they'll cut you. Like, there's been, at my second job, there were people that would work there that had disabilities, and they would be like, oh, I can't work over this many hours, because if I do, then they'll start to reduce my Social Security by that amount. So they are very specific about the amount of money that you can have. And so what they're saying is, if you got this big bank roll in the bank, what we're going to give you money for, we're not going to pay you if you already have this big amount in there. So maybe you have to appeal it, or maybe you have to have that money taken out of your account.
Yeah, and even if you work, I know that I was doing some research for my mom about working as somebody who's on Social Security, and if you're over a certain age, there's no limitation. But up until a certain age, it's like 70 or 70 something, and you have a cutoff. And at that point, you can make whatever, and it won't affect your Social Security. But if you're under that age, for every $2 you make, you lose $1. So
she says, but it was in 2020. You didn't report it. A lot of people think that, oh, they didn't catch me then, they won't catch me at all. But obviously they did, because they'll come back for you. Like all those PPE loan people, we're gonna be seeing that in 2024, 2026, people coming back. So listen, I don't mess with the IRS. I don't mess with people who can take my freedom away, take my money away. I don't mess with the IRS. So what I'm saying is, they must have went back and found out and saw it, because. And so now they're saying no. So are you saying you don't have the money anymore? I mean, they could make you pay that back too. When I when my daughter's mom died, I got custody of my daughter, and I think they said that they overpaid us, and they kept reducing her Social Security check until they got all the money back that they thought that they overpaid us after her mom passed.
Well, if you're over 75, I'm surprised you're still getting supplemental, because I thought at one point that stopped. But again, I don't know. I thought when you hit a certain age, you only get Social Security. You don't get, like, the disability is wiped out and stuff. I don't know. Again, I don't even know this. I don't know. I don't know everything. I only know what helped my mom to figure out certain things. So I'm useless.
You can always reapply, and they would have to give you you know, an answer on whatever it is. But if I'm not mistaken, don't you own property in San Diego too? Because your Social Security is low, so then you also get a sub. Okay. I think that you need to get an attorney on this one. I'm not getting any thing psychically on that. Is that this is like they're showing me a lot of legal red tape, and you definitely consult with an attorney to give you more accurate information on this. They're showing me the Seven of Swords, so you didn't report the money, so they could say that you owe them back pay. Listen, the government will tell you in a minute. I'm pretty sure the letter tells you what it is. That whatever reason they're cutting you off for. Oh, you don't want to open a can of worms. Oh, okay. I mean, you can talk to an attorney without going to without the government. No, you can privately meet with a Social Security attorney and then tell them what the situation is and take them the paperwork. But usually your letter tells you, like when they cut my daughter's Social Security, they were specific. You were overpaid this amount from this time period to this time period, and we will be deducting it until this amount is paid back. So they usually tell you. So she says yes because of a large deposit. So I'm assuming that they're saying that you owe. Can't hide anything from the government. They always find you. Yeah. Yeah. Listen, the government wants to know every single stitch of money that you're doing and what you're doing with it. And why did they buy you this? You can't even buy somebody a car. Because that, you know, money that you have and you can sell the car and just ridiculous stuff. So I don't know.
Who is next, Kina?
Sorry, Miss Alice, but yeah, I would at least go and talk to them about it.
Yeah, the one thing you have to also understand is there is a limit, and I just looked it up real quick here because you have me thinking about something. There is a limit to how much you can own to qualify. And so if you are someone who again, it says here that for a $2,000 for a single, $3,000 for married. If they gave you a certain amount of money and now they can show you own more than $2,000 if you're single, well then again, it's not just the deposit, and that's now you have a value, a net worth that's too big for the supplement. So you kind of again got screwed two ways in that regard. Only because again it put you over your limit. So it may not be the fact that you got the deposit only, but the deposit also put you so where now in your bank account you have too much money. But with that, again, no advice here on finances. You do what you need to do, but I do think you need to file an appeal. I was getting that as a hit when we first started talking before I got into anything else. So there you go. Exactly. Next in line is who? Or whom? Sorry, I asked General. I need to change careers to stay at home with my children. Will I get the job I applied for with the same company I'm with? So let me.
Dominique, are you still here?
Exactly. Dominique. Dominique, so you're asking, is the job that you're talking about, the change careers, it says, will I get the job I applied for? That job will be the at-home job then? Or are you asking two questions there? Because as I read this, I'm trying to understand what it is you're asking. Independent or are they interdependent?
I feel like she's already working someplace and she's trying to get a remote position within that place. And so she's asking, am I going to be able to get to work from home within the same company? Will I get the job at home? Will they allow me to stay home? Will Dominique get the work from home job with the company that she's currently with? I got a yes. And then I heard you're valuable, like you're very valuable within the company. And so I got a yes. Crystal got a yes, and I'm assuming that she used her pendulum also. So Don, you can go ahead.
Well, it must be a yes because I'm getting the end of a frustrating situation. So again, if this resolves that frustrating situation you've been in, then it would make sense that it would be a yes because this is the end of a cycle of a frustrating situation or time, and you will be happy with the choice. It's a new beginning. So again, it tells you that it's a new something, and again, that new something is at home versus work. I mean, but we're working in an office. So again, it does solve a problem for you, and it is an exciting new opportunity in that regard. So the answer, I would say, compared to those two things, are yes, and you'll be getting that information very soon. Here's the guy who's the guy. So there you go.
I also got be mindful because you're getting to work at home. Be mindful that the children are going to allow you to still be able to do your meetings and everything like that. They're gonna say working from home is a privilege. Just because you get to work from home, that doesn't mean that you can't be available for meetings or whatever. So are the children going to be able to be like I have a friend who works, she still took her kids to daycare. She said, I can't have them at home and try to do my work. They're too noisy. They won't let me do any work. And so even though she was working from home, she still took her kids to childcare every day until they were of age. Um, so I definitely get be mindful that the children are going to be able to be settled down when during your working hours also.
Super. Next in line is
Thank you, Miss Alice. Happy New Year to you too. No, I gotta know when I ask that question.
The
Will the obstacles in Shaniqua's past relationship be resolved? I gotta know. That's a back and forth. That's a no. And the question that immediately Spirit asked me is why, if it's in the past, why do you care?
And for me,
unless they owe you money.
Yeah, I just got the song from Don Walk On By. Just keep walking. Stop stop worrying about where you're looking. Just walk on by. Keep going. Don't go there.
Don, as you said that, I heard stop holding on. Like literally you holding on like a chain. You're wrapping the chain around their wrist and they're trying to keep on moving forward. And so I got stop holding on, just let go and move on.
Walk on by. Foolish bride.
Lady Luna Star, if you put a question in there, you have to ask a specific question. If you ask a specific question, Tina will at you and let you know that you made the list. So if you did not ask a specific question, then you probably are not on the list. And if Kina hasn't told you, well, Kina said no, she didn't tell you that you were on the list, so you're not on the list. So you have to put a specific question in. All right, Kina, do you have anything? I mean, Don, do you have anything else?
No. Just welcome by. Thank you, Alice.
All right.
Thank you, Alice. She says I'm cute. Let's see. Who is next?
Crystal said Don is super adorable.
You'll make me blush. I'll turn more red than I am already.
Samantha, your question is up right now. You didn't even, so that means that Kina did at you and you weren't paying attention.
Oops. Whoops, there it is. Whoops, there it is.
I'm just gonna ask, what information do you have exactly?
Walk on by, don't stop. Walk on by.
For last name Harris, did Jay ask you to marry him? That's how you'll know if you're gonna marry him. If he asked you and you said yes, then yes. So are you wanting to know if he's gonna ask you? For Samantha,
I'm a deliverer of gloom and doom. I'm saying, Samantha, this is not your year.
I got the death card and I put it back because I wanted to make sure it was right, but I got the death card, and a death card is an ending, and I heard it's an attitude, like you have, it's an aura that people see, like you're doom and gloom, like it's like, oh, this is going to be drama, or this is going to be, like you're not happy, and so you don't put out the aura of a happy person that would invite people in. Like I'm on the phone usually with my friends while I'm grocery shopping, and they're like, people are always talking to you randomly. Yeah, I look, I and I say that too. I was like, I must just look like the friendliest person ever, because people will always randomly tell me stuff. Like the people in the grocery store will be like, hey, have you ever tried this grocery? Have you ever tried this recipe? And they'll give me their recipe, or they'll be like, hey, can you reach this off the top shelf? People are always engaging with me. So do you have an energy that invites people in? I feel like you're holding on to a lot of baggage, like a whole bunch of hurt and a whole bunch of pain, and you're holding on to it because it's the only thing that seems real to you at this time. And so they're saying you're gonna need to let go of some of those weights that you're having in order to give yourself a new look. Like it's literally a darkness that is just, when I see you, it have you ever looked at somebody and thought, no, I'm not? And so that I kind of get that you don't give off that bubbly, let's have a relationship, or invite someone in type of look. You done a lot of healing. Okay. So have you put out to the universe exactly what you want? If Don could wave a magic wand and be like, boom, here it is, what would you tell Don you want? How tall would he be? What color would he be? What height would he be? What job would he have? Would he be funny? Would he be smart? Would he be a dancer? Would he be a person who liked to go out? Would he be athletic? Would he be tall, skinny, short, fat, big hands, little hands? Could he run? Could he lift? Like all of those things. Have you put out to the universe a list of things that you want in this person so they can pour that into that person? And then the other thing that I would say is, this is where I am. Tell spirit, this is where I am. How do I get to a place where I'm ready to receive love? Because just because you think that you've healed, spirit may not think that you've healed yet. You can say all day, I'm ready to receive love, but spirit may not think that you're ready to receive. So this is the question that you ask. This is where I am. How do I get to the place where I'm ready to receive love? And then allow the universe to make you into that person, or to help you to develop those traits, or to see the things that other people see into you. You could also say, what is it, how do I become more appealing to others, or how do I attract the person that I want to be with? So the spirit has, like if I literally said, you know what, Samantha, I'm about to make the person you want, what you want them to look like. Could you give me a list of the things that you want in that person? Or are you just hoping that any old body will walk up to you? Because any old body will walk up to you. I literally remember saying to spirit, I just want somebody to talk to. I just want somebody to text. Then I met a whole bunch of random buffoons who were texting quite inappropriately and not anything that I wanted to hear at that stage in our relationship. And so I got exactly what I wanted. Somebody I could text, and it was not what I wanted. So somebody said big size. So she says, yes, I have manifested him. So if you've manifested him, what are you asking me then? So is he in the cellar? Like you just keeping him back there and you don't want nobody to know about him? If you've already manifested him, I don't understand what the question is. I have a list of what I want and you've already manifested him. Oh, then there you go. I don't understand what we're trying to figure out then.
Samantha, you may be misusing vocabulary. You have been manifesting him, is what you're saying? Because when you say I manifested him, that means he's there. If you're saying you're manifesting him, that's a different thing. That means again reaching out and doing, which is good. So make
right.
sure.
Like I manifested the person to do, but that wasn't what I wanted. So just because I manifested several hymns doesn't mean that that's what I wanted. So you can manifest it and it still could be the wrong person, or it still could be not be what you want. So just put a little bit more intention. If you've met, she says I've been, okay. Exactly, Froggy. I get it. Again, the best I can tell you is to ask spirit. And the new moon is coming, correct, Keena? Because I know Keena now. The new moon is coming at the end of the month. I think it's like the 23rd or something, the end of this week. So the new moon is coming. Set your intentions for the 21st. Keena said, there it is. So that's the end of this week. The new moon is coming. Set your intentions. Oh, Keena, Saturday. Look, Keena be on it. Set your intentions for what you want to bring in. And then be a little bit more specific. Like I want them to be loving. I want them to want to cuddle. I want them. We have another person who has a whole love journal where she writes down exactly what she wants, how she wants the relationship to go. But again, ask spirit. This is where I am. How do I get to where I'm ready to receive love? I still say that to spirit. And I think that I'm a great person. I think that I'm funny. I think that I'm a person that somebody would love to be with. I am still single. So I tell spirit all the time, how do I get from where I am now, this person right here, to where you think that I'm ready for somebody to love me? And so allow spirit to help you change. And they still be changing me. And I'll be like, well, I don't like that spirit. Am I the drama?
And LaPortia, it says here, you said when you asked Angie earlier, you said, is Jay the one I will marry? And then you followed it up with, why hasn't Jay responded or reached out to me? I think you answered your own question there. It's like, what, did you need Dorothy? You need a house to fall on you? What? I don't know. Because it's like, hello.
If he's not responding to you, then he can't marry you. I mean,
yeah. The question
that's your answer.
Usually has to be some interaction to have a question come. That's just. I'm old fashioned that way. Maybe that's the problem. I don't know. But think about it. Just think about it. Okay?
But Samantha, I get it. Like literally tell the universe, like, I think that I'm a fantastic person. Obviously, they don't think I'm a fantastic person. So, then you just be like, well, how do I get from this fantastic, beautiful person that I am to somebody who won't to marry me or to love me or whatever it is? And then let the universe work on you, because maybe you just are a little bit too direct, Maybe you are the drama. I've been told that I'm the drama.
Really? You've heard that?
The drama? Could it be me?
Keena's adding some voice on the side there. I was like, thanks, Keena.
Keena don't count. We can't see her. We can't tell what she's saying.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Exactly, Samantha. And that's okay. But again, Keena also said a prayer a long time ago and asked God to hide her until the right person came. So what does that mean? She hasn't met anybody who who she's been interested in. And so now she's rethinking, like, well, maybe I should cancel out that prayer. Don't hide me so well. Like, you don't want me in the woods, in the bushes, all the way in the desert, where nobody can find me. She like, hold on, cut it out and let somebody see me. But I mean, your words have power. Keena said, listen, Linda, I'm telling you, your words have power. So think about what you're saying. Single 9 years, you have dated, okay, then you just want somebody's true, but you know what you don't want. And so let the universe know what you do want, but be very specific about it, because I am very specific about what I want, and it changes. I even gave my person a name, but you know what I'm saying? It changes over and over and over again. So as you grow and you figure out things about yourself, and you know that this is the way that you are, or this is what you want, then you know, I learned to be a little bit softer and not so, you know. So there you go. I learned, Don. I said I learned.
I'm still in training myself. Lord have mercy. Guilty as charged.
Oh, Froggy says every time we mention Tina, her ears perk. That's her name. She must be a good person. Tina is a great person. Tina is our mentor. We go to classes on Monday night at Everything Just Rocks, and she helps us to expand our abilities and to see things in ways that we never would have thought. And Tina is amazing, and we love her.
Froggy, but I think you're probably mixing Kina and Tina. Kina is Angie's sister, who's our moderator. And so,
who won't come on screen. Kina, won't you come on here so they can at least tell you happy birthday?
And see the nice haircut, too, the nice new hairdo.
Exactly. So this
I was late. I was on the phone.
We say Kina, not Tina. Kina. This is her birthday.
Yeah.
Yes. I am 30. Can y'all hear me?
Yep.
We can hear you.
Okay, yeah. I was late. I was with my brother's girlfriend when you guys first started. So, well, fiance. I'm sorry. All them birthday calls. Thank you guys.
Thank you. I forgot to get the cake because I forgot to get the cake because I took your daughter and my son out shopping, and them brokies will spend like it ain't no tomorrow when the money ain't coming out their account. I am through with them, and that's why you ain't get no cake.
I told you. I told you, Kimora is Miss Throw It in the Bag. I do not play with that one. Listen, I'll be like, no, you cannot go with me.
I am done with them. And they be like, oh, that's all it costs? Is that all it costs? Oh, okay.
Yeah, well, listen, can wait on the them bunk cakes because my boss got me 4 slices of cheesecake from this place. Ooh. It was like 4 different slices. I got a picture. I'll send you the picture, but it was like 4 slices. I think it was like a strawberry, one with strawberry, one with coconut. One looked like it was like a Reese's peanut butter kind of cheesecake because the cheesecake part was like brown, and then the other one was regular cheesecake. It had a brownie crust, and then it had like a chocolate covering on it. They were good. Well, I only ate one of them, actually. I only ate the chocolate. I only ate the chocolate one, but the other ones looked really good.
I say it sounds like a diabetes spike to me. It's like, holy crap.
No, that one, I think I still have like a nice amount left because there were like some really big pie cake factory slices, but it was some other place off of the B. I don't remember the name. And so actually, let me see the name on the picture. But yeah, they got me that, and we went to lunch today. But
where y'all gonna eat at?
What's the name? Benham's cheesecake. Benham's cheesecake is the place we went to. BANHAMS. That's the place we went to. Oh, we went to Thai Basil. We just went to Thai Basil.
Oh, okay.
For lunch. So yeah, that's one of our favorite places to go.
I love their soup, Thai Basil, like the coconut soup they do. It's so good.
Uh-huh.
That is Kina and my other sister's place, Thai Basil. They love Thai food.
Yep. You ever have a chance
to got on it too.
Go to Wild Tiger Thai on Central.
I've heard of them. And I've seen them because I used to work downtown. I've seen them too. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it is really good. Their lunch
I've only literally probably gone to just I think I've only ever gone to the ones that's literally called Thai. It's like 50 of them. I mean, I think I've been to like 4 of them, and they're all just called Thai. So I'm like, what in the
This lady, she actually wound up on TV. She's been in one of the Top Chef competitions or something like that. And she just does amazing things with food. I mean, just amazing things. And I always get the Penang beef. Wow. Oh, my God. And you get the little, like for $9.95, you get a lunch special. You get a Penang beef. You get the rice, you get the either soup or a roll or something, and it's just like good. So I'm
That
with you. I
sounds
love Thai
good.
food. Love Thai food.
That sounds good. You know, Lent season is coming up, and you know, I'm very much a fish and chips type person, or fish, you know, and so I love when Lent season comes up because everybody's doing, you know, some kind of fish special, and so that is my that's what I'll be doing for the next couple months is just having fish and chips from all kinds of places.
I don't do fish. I gave up fish a long time ago. Think about it. Think about it.
Thank you, Miss Linda.
Think
Thank you,
about
thank you. I'm excited about this year.
Kina, why is your background yellow? Where you at in your house that is yellow?
I guess it's just a reflection on my wall. That's just my wall.
Oh, look, I'm so
Oh,
nosy.
probably because I also have my ring light on. Right. I
Oh,
think because I have my ring light on, and so it's giving
okay.
it a
Yeah.
I'm
different
just
hue. Yeah.
nosy.
Yeah, it's amazing. It
Yes,
makes
you
such a
are.
difference.
I'm like, what do you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I bought a house once, Kina, and the color was, it started with the color that was without the ring light, the white. But when I bought the house, the lady had smoked so much that that's what the walls looked like because the tar had built up. I had to put 5 coats of kills on the wall to find because the tar kept bleeding through the kills. So I couldn't paint until the tar stopped bleeding through the paint. I had to put 5 coats because it was so bad. It was so bad.
Yes.
Oh
I
my
worked at a hotel,
gosh.
and when I lived in Michigan, I used to work at a Super 8 motel, and we had a couple people who lived there week to week or whatever. And we had this lady who had been there like 2 years, and at the time, the hotels were smoking at 9. Her room was so when she finally moved out. We
Mhm.
could never like 'cause I think the hotel went on non-smoking, but we could never really get the smell out. And then you know, a lot of times they try to flip them rooms. No,
Yep.
they could never really get that smoke smell out. So I was like, yeah, she I think 2 years that I was there.
Mhm.
A lot of places around here are going non-smoking. Like the community that I'm in now, you can't smoke on property at all. And I'll see people huddled up because you can go out to the sidewalk, but you have to leave out of the property, and they'll just be huddled up on the sidewalk smoking.
That makes no sense to
I'm
me. If
either
I'm a
gonna quit
smoker,
or I'm not gonna move there.
right? Like, why would I move somewhere
Exactly. I'm
where
not
I
gonna
have to
move there.
walk?
I'm just gonna.
No,
Yep. Where my
they're
I used
crazy.
to smoke. People
Not
used to
doing
be
it.
like, "You don't look like a smoker." I'm like, well, "What does that look like?"
But you know, if you do smoke for after a while, your skin starts looking leatherish because of the I don't know what it is, but it does take on a bit of a hue that you look and you're like, oh, that's kind of Ed can see him a mile away. Those things like me, there's a smoker, there's a smoker. But you know, when we were in Houston at MD Anderson, I would drive by MD Anderson, which is like again the #1 cancer center in the world, and all they do is cancer. And you would drive by, and at the bus stop in front of MD Anderson, you'd see all these patients with their gowns on and their chemo grips, you know, smoking away. I'm like,
Yeah,
damn.
yeah. They're like, I'm already, and a lot of them be like, I'm already dying. I mean, what's the point?
Yes, yes, yes. Pam says I watched them roll out IVs poles out to the street to smoke. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I used to. I'm like, what in the hell? Didn't they get the message? And you know, one of my friends, Joy, she had breast cancer, and when she stopped smoking for a little while, and when it looked like there was no positive ending in sight, I'll put it that way. She's like, "What the hell do I have to lose? I'm just so I'm gonna start smoking." And she smoked more than she ever did at the very end because she's like, "What else? I have nothing to give up because I'm gonna die anyway." And she was like, "Poof, poof, poof, poof." But hers was breast cancer. But she figured, hey, if the breast cancer is going to take me, let me see if I can work on the lungs too. Crazy.
We had members when I used to work for an oxygen company who still smoked with their oxygen tanks in the house. Like,
oh, geez, that's so
they
dangerous.
were constantly being warned, and they still would smoke. And I was like,
yeah, because that's combustible. I mean, that little bit of bright flash and that boom, like Jesus.
not anymore.
Well,
all right. Well, Kina, who's next?
again,
Exactly, Miss Linda. To each their own. And yes, Pam, it is very addictive. That is not a habit that you ever want to have. I think I smoked for like 13 or 14 years.
Exactly.
I'm not sure if this person is still.
Well, while we look for them, one more time for Kina. This is for you, Kina. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday.
Don, do you know I just realized that
Hey,
guy was doing happy birthday when he was doing the little symbols, the guy with the braids, the second person. I just realized that he was doing happy birthday.
Yeah, and he even I got the 2 right as he points too. Yeah, I timed it just right. I had to tweak it to do
Yes.
that.
you guys want to see what Kimora did for me?
Yeah.
What did she do?
So she made me these little certificates. I don't know if you can see them. Each one of them is for like the different 5 love languages. So this one is for words of affirmation. So whenever I need a word of encouragement, I can give this to her to redeem that, and she'll give me a word of encouragement. And then there's one for quality time. I can use this one up to 3 times if I want to spend quality time with her. And then there's physical touch. If I need a little extra love from her one day, I can redeem this one. And then there's also acts of service. And my gift one, she was like, "Did you notice that one was missing?" I was like, and she was like, "Gift." And so the gift is actually still on its way.
That is so sweet. That is really cool. That's
so
great.
I thought that was cute and creative.
Absolutely. I love it.
Well, there you go. There you go.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Crystal, I thought you said good night. Crystal can't even leave. She's so nosy. Look, she just like, I need to know. I guess Joy isn't here because Joy hasn't responded. Joy, are you here?
So then next is Mrs. Jones. Me and Mrs.
Hey, Don immediately.
We all
Got a thing going on.
Oh my gosh. Mrs. Jones, are you still here?
Maybe she doesn't have a thing going on.
Oh, Crystal said she was saying goodnight to Alice. Sorry. Okay, Mrs. Jones is here. So, what are the circumstances surrounding delay response regarding business endeavor I proposed?
The one thing that came to me instantly, Mrs. Jones, is there's a question in reference. I see a spreadsheet, and there's a question in reference to a spreadsheet. Did you prepare a spreadsheet for them, maybe on finances or on outcomes or something? Maybe a projection, a percentage of return or something? Because I'm getting that there's an issue on a spreadsheet, and something doesn't quite jive or something, and so.
Oh my gosh, John. Mm-hmm. Exact same thing. I heard key points missing. Like there was a key and it was pointy, and there's key things that are missing. Like maybe there's some information missing, or some things don't add up to quite the understanding that they want. And so if they haven't come back with questions for you, then maybe they have some more questions, or there's something that you're not seeing that is really valuable, or is a part of the process that they don't understand. And so it's just maybe just some lack of information. I don't feel like it's not a good idea, because I think you're wondering, is it a good idea? And I don't get that it's a lack of a good idea. It's just some key information missing.
Yeah, if I were you, I would to speed the process up. If again, what Angie and I are picking up is right, and I believe it is that you may want to go back over and review everything you put together, and review the spreadsheets and everything else. And look for an inconsistency or something. There's a hole, again, something that has a hole and not a physical hole, but again, there's like a hole that's created by the information, and figure what that is. And you may want to prepare something to supplement the presentation and the opportunity, because again, if you do that supplemental, you may be ahead of the curve and be able to give them the answers before they even come asking, or before they reject. So again, I'm with Angie. I think it's a good idea. I think it's a good situation. I just think that it's just not what you presented to them created some questions or has some issues.
And it must be something that you're really emotionally tied to, because I got the Queen of Cups and it said it's a decision based on deep emotions. And so there must be some emotions tied to it, like you're really passionate about it. And when I say emotions, it could just be like, you're passionate about it, you really believe in it, you're really excited about it. Those are all emotions that are tied to it. And so I get that you're really knowledgeable about it, but we don't always explain things like we know in our head, but as a person who's being explained to, there may be a couple things that I don't understand that you may understand. And so what they're saying is just make sure you take the emotion out of it and just logically, how does this look? If I explain this endeavor to you, do you understand what it is that I'm trying to do, say, accomplish, without the passion of the emotion to it?
Yeah. And again, this is that review. That's the 9. When you see that 9, that's a review. So again, review what the information you have. Be prepared for some changes, because this is that cups, that King of Cups, and that is a person who's in charge, large and in charge, and ready to move forward. And
perfect pair, Don. You got the king, I got the queen.
Exactly. Isn't that wonderful? And again, when you see that, again, it's understanding that to get where we want to go, sometimes be flexible, because this queen that Angie has on hers and my king both are sitting on water. And so again, there's always water changes things. So again, be flexible, because you can get to the same result, because they may wind up saying, hey, there's another way we want to maybe change this or that. Again, that's some changes. But those changes are going to not be something you can't live with. So again, be flexible. But again, review what you have already, okay? That's what I'm getting. Me and Mrs.
And that's what I got for you, Mrs. Jones.
Mrs. Jones.
And she put a crown right next to her name. I love that.
Absolutely. That's how I've approached it, very logically. And the person I proposed it to is the King of Cups in Egyptian tarot. Well, then it sounds like we're on top of things. It sounds like we're kind of confirming what you're saying. So there you go. FYFA. Oh, Lord. Me and
all right, Darlene.
Oh my God.
I know, because it's a catchy tune, and once it gets in your head, you just love that little rift of it.
And I love the way he says Jones. It's not just Jones. It's Jones, Mrs. Jones, Mrs.
Yes!
Jones. You know, like he's got this like, oh God. Oh my goodness.
Darlene Clark, are you still here?
Yeah, she said she's here.
Okay, she says, is my grandfather still with me? I'm assuming that your grandfather has passed on, and you want to know if he's still in your energy. Okay.
I know this person, and the one thing I will add before Angie gives anything else, but it's just independent. That's the point is that I'm not sure to what degree you want to know if he's there like now or whatever, but your loved ones are always with you, and this one specifically, this man is very active in the metaphysical. So all you have to do is ask, reach out, call for him, and he will be there.
Did he used to sit in a chair? Just like, did he have a specific chair that he sat in all the time? And he seemed to be older. Like I don't feel like it was a sudden, like, was it an old age death? Like this person died, just naturally an older person. Is that how I'm seeing it? But I see someone sitting in a chair. Question: is my grandfather still there? I got yes. Okay. Yeah. Cause yeah, and I got yes, dear, because their motions are very, very slow. Like I felt like they lingered for a while, and their motions are very slow, and they're sitting in this chair in the dark. Very hermit mode. But yes, I feel like they are available to you. You just have been carrying on with life very swiftly and not really having the time to dedicate and sit and just get into that energy. But I do get a yes, definitely this person is around. Is there a child, a grandchild? a little boy, a young little boy under 10 that this person did. Wait, okay. I don't know if this person met this little child, but they're a little boy. No boys. I'm seeing a little boy about 7 years old, and it's specifically a boy because he has a really short haircut. As in, you don't have a little boy? Because I'm getting a little boy. Then maybe it's not you. But I see this older person sitting in their chair, and they're sitting there and they're just waiting on you to kind of reach out to them and talk to them and communicate them. But yes, they are still there. That was your question. Is this person around? And I got yes, that this person is still around. I don't get any additional energy from this person, just that they were kind of like very tired and very their movement and their action and their abilities were very slowed down as they faded from life. I have a daughter that's 27. Do you have a grandson? Because I see a little boy, and it's like this person is letting me know that he knows this little boy. Like, so maybe he didn't get to meet this person, but he knows this little boy. No, and I see a little boy. So maybe it's a little boy that is on the way or that will come, but I do see a little boy that he is showing me. And the little boy is about 7. And he's just kind of walking around the chair that the grandfather is in. So it is possible that they could meet the child before the child makes it to Earth, but there's a little boy that I'm being shown. That's all I got down.
The only thing I'm picking up, and I don't think it's from him necessarily. I think this is kind of psychic. This is a psychic hit, not a. Yeah, I think it's no. It's I don't know what it is. I'm getting energy, but the energy is telling me that there's a conflict, and I don't know if it's between you and your daughter or you and your mother, but there's a conflict where the two of you aren't talking. The two of you are in a situation where you have decided, one of you decided, and I'm getting the energy that it's you, that you decided to kind of sever ties for a while or just become not as active with that person. And again, I'm getting mother, daughter. So I don't know if it's your daughter or again, it's in reference to your mother, but I'm getting an energy where you guys, there's a time where there's that relationship. It can't stay that way. It's that I'm being told that's something has to happen. Something has to change. Someone's got to step forward because it's you don't want anything to happen without having those last words or last communications. And so again, if there is again, and I'm getting a conflict, I'm getting mother-daughter, but it seems like your mother and you. I don't know. But again, there's a conflict, and you guys haven't been talking or not talking. Again, and you got to put it to rest, put it to bed, and try to find a way to move on. Because again, you don't want to be in a situation where you wish you had said something or you wish you had done something. That's not going to be healthy for you down the road. So please give that some consideration. Okay. And again, reach out, do what you have to do, suck it up like kids have always done and parents have always done. But yeah, I'm getting mother, daughter. So it's your mother, the energy that I'm getting. Just get over. I don't know, but that's what I'm getting. And so reach out, have that communication, bring that together, get back in communication. Just don't miss an opportunity and wish you had not done it when you had the time, because you will not. Again, you'll regret. Okay, that's about all I'm getting. Okay, hopefully it helps with you. But yeah, I'm getting nothing for Ivan. Her grandfather's name is Ivan. I'm getting nothing for Ivan.
Okay. But all I keep seeing is the little boy, so maybe there's a little boy coming.
Yeah. Yeah, if anything, I'm getting Aunt Ruby energy. Ruby energy is just like this aggressive little, she'll just tell you straight out. She'll come down on you real quick. So I'm getting more of that than fun-loving, wonderful Ivan energy. So keep that in mind. So, and you don't want to get her mad because you know how she'll behave. So don't get Ruby on you. Lord have mercy. Next in line. You're welcome, Darlene. You're welcome. Who is next, Kina? Darlene says, "Oh yeah, Ruby will." Yeah, Ruby will. She'll come at you. Hey, Debbie Groves, nice to see you in. Didn't know you were watching. Nice to see you in. What does Spirit have for me?
Brown, are you still here? T. Brown, are you still here?
I guess not. Lady Luna, are you here?
Lady Luna, are you still here? Because she just asked about this a few minutes ago.
Well, she may not be here, or she may be here. I don't know, but I'm getting a really good positive energy. I'm like, stay with it. It's hang in there. It's just I get a good positive energy there. So if you aren't here and you missed it, come on back and watch it in replay. Hopefully you'll see 221 if anybody knows this person. But yeah, I'm getting a good feeling. I think she just has to hang in there. But I also think she has to buckle it down because I don't think she's as aggressive as she needs to be. So.
And I also heard we came out of a pandemic. Everything changed, like the world that we knew. If you've been doing this for 5 years, in that 5 years, 2 to 3 of those years were completely different than what we're used to. And so it's just kind of making the adjustments and being dedicated to it. Again, a person who has 3 to 4 jobs.
Yep. That's a great point for everybody, by the way, Angie, too. If you guys are running businesses and you're seeing your businesses change, if you've seen your numbers change or they've not picked back up to where they need to be, maybe that's because the business cycle has changed and things are different now. You need to look to and find people who are doing something, who are doing the same business but have found different ways to do certain things and get in touch with them and learn because business changed. Everything changed in the world. Things are different. And if you don't adjust with your business and your business model is stuck in the past, you will be stuck in the past as well. So again, this is a great time to look around and say, okay, if my numbers are failing, why has this dropped off? Why has this dropped off? And how can I then fix that problem? Ask people, find who it is. And that's not psychic me, that's business owner me, because the world changed.
And you know what always is like a big example of that? University of Phoenix. They were the only people in the game who were doing online when they came. And, people were no, now he's doing it. So you know what I'm saying? You were the introduction to it, but everybody's doing it. And a lot of people are doing it better than they were doing it. And so it's being able to adjust. And I remember when I was there, it's just being able to, I think they were still a little bit cocky thinking that, we're University of Phoenix. We are the people who started this. And then everybody else came through with it. And, other schools like ASU and all of those came on with their online and they had a better reputation. And so people are like, if they're going to do online, I'm going to go with a school that has a great reputation already. And so it's being able to adjust and know when the atmosphere is changing. Like a lot of people during the pandemic had to change on a dime. You had to go from being a restaurant where people came in all the time to just making to-go orders and being able to adjust to that. And so it's being able to know when something needs to be adjusted and moving on and changing it to something else.
Yeah, and not only that, but University of Phoenix almost went out of business because they were, again, like you said, Angie, they took for granted their position in the marketplace. Yep. And within a short period of time, the numbers fell off the mountain edge. I mean, just boom. And again,
they didn't have a great reputation at it. Like their reputation wasn't the best. And so then when more reputable schools started doing online, if I have to choose between a University of Phoenix and a more reputable school, I'm going to go with this more reputable school, even though you started it. And so it's just recognizing where you are in there and how to adjust to the things that are changing.
Exactly.
I have a friend that wanted to go into real estate, waited too late. The bubble has, gone by, and now this person is like, yeah, I don't want to do this anymore because you missed that door of opportunity. And a lot of people see it as fast money,
Mm-hmm.
but real estate is a lot of work. It's a lot of, pounding the pavement and getting people and showing houses and for getting almost to the finish line, and then something causing it and having to start all over again. It's a very frustrating thing. As a buyer, a person who's bought, I know the process is very, very hard. And so I can imagine what it is constantly showing over and over and over the same property. And then, getting almost there and not getting there. It's a lot of work. I have friends who are realtors online, and they'll be like, oh, I got a showing, no buyers, or, oh, the contract fell through. And it's a lot of work. People don't realize that it's not just like, oh, yeah, this person wants to buy and you sell 5 or 6 houses in a day. It's not like that. It's a lot of work.
It's funny because when the market was flying, everybody's like, I'm a great, this person's a great realtor. They're closing. Well, everybody was. It's like, damn, the time you find out a really good realtor is when the market crashes and when there's very few sales. A good realtor doesn't need a good market. A good realtor has it already built. And so that's
reputation.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Next in line is Happy Birthday, Cassandra Lewis.
She has been here asking if we were gonna.
I am planning a big event. Will it be a very nice event? It has to be special.
I immediately saw blue and silver, or blue, black and silver, something like that. For me, those are like big anniversary numbers, like 25, 50, something like that. Like this is very specific in that it's a big number for somebody. And I do get a lot of emotion tied to it. Like you really, really want this to work out because of the emotion that's tied to it and the person that you're doing the event for. When I asked, will it be a great event or will it be a nice event? I heard dot your I's and cross your T's, like make sure every part of your, like all the contracts, like if you're hiring people for food, make sure everything in there is specifically what you want, the way you want, and it's understood. Like, is it going to be plates or is it going to be buffet style? Is it going to be this? Make sure that you are very, very specific, or you're very detailed, or all the details about, T Brown, we already did you. We called your name about maybe 10 minutes ago. We did you, or we skipped you, I think, because we called your name and you never said anything. You were the person who asked about, I don't even remember, but we already did you, T Brown. We called your name several times. But Cassandra, I'm getting that you need to be very specific in the details or in the contracts and the people that you're hiring to make sure that it turns out good. But I see it being a great event as long as you are careful in making sure that you're planning with appropriate people. Like, don't get somebody who is kind of shady and cheap, and not necessarily because they're cheap that they're shady, but you know what I'm saying? Make sure that if you want this to be a great event, that you get people who have a reputation of coming through, even if they're economical, but that they come through. A friend of a friend of a friend might not be the greatest choice.
Exactly. I did get I did get one kink, shall we say kink in the armor? I don't know how you put it, but I see this older woman. She's short, heavier. She has some gray streaks, but she's not gray. She's mostly black hair, but she has some gray running through her hair. And she is somebody who is very pushy, she doesn't hold back, and she's also a very negative person. And this person is going to be somebody you're going to have to deal with, and she's going to drive you a bit crazy. And she's going to, again, she'll be pushy, and even when she doesn't have the right decision, even when she's thinking this is not, even when thoughts on something is not right, you've got to figure out a way to work with her because so I don't know who I don't know if you know who I'm talking about, but again, that I've described what she looks like, and again, she's very pushy, and she is going to test you and push your buttons. The one thing you need to do is again work with her, work around her if you have to, and understand that you're not going to make her completely happy. She is not that kind of person. So be prepared for that person, that attitude, and that situation, and don't let her sabotage you in any way. And do not let her take away from your confidence, because that's the kind of person who will slowly eat away at your confidence and make you question. Don't question. Don't second question. Okay, that's what I'm getting. So anything else, Angie, for Cassandra?
No. Okay. I was reading the next comment like, what?
Mm-hmm.
But no, I didn't get
Exactly. Next in line is, drum roll, GP. Do you see if the current path I'm walking is taking me in the right direction, long-term benefits? I do. I kind of get, yeah, for me, the feeling is yeah. I read it a little bit earlier and I kept thinking, will it strike? But yeah, no, I think you are moving in the right direction. I think it's a slow and steady crawl for you though. I feel like it's like, yeah, it's not like boom, you're not sprinting, but a slow and steady crawl. I would, if I were you though, I would be looking, I think maybe I would be looking at this is going to sound terrible because I just said I think you're on the right path. I think you're on the right path, but if I were you, I would be looking at how I can deviate. I would look for deviations because, again, I think you need something to speed you up. I think this is just a slow and steady, continuous path. But I think you can do things to speed it up, and that's by taking some deviations, some detours. What do you get, Angie?
Did you just interview or apply for another job? I get something about a new opportunity. I've been telling you that for months about a new opportunity, or you turning down an opportunity. I feel like there's growth for you. You're just have it like it's being offered, but you're not receiving it. They're showing it to me as very 4 cups. And tell me I know about 4 cups when somebody's offering you something and you're like, no, that's not exactly what I want. So I'm really getting a 4 cups energy where you're being offered and you're not receiving it, or you're not stepping up to the plate to take it. So I do feel like you're on the right path. But I immediately heard this is a year of excitement. Like this is a year for you to get out and celebrate and just be you unapologetically, and have fun. Like you've been concerned with so many people so many times over the years, and this is your year. Like I heard clearly, this is your year. And there's something about an elephant. I heard the year of the elephant, and I know that's not the Chinese year because I think it's the year of the rabbit this year or something like that. But I heard something about an elephant, the year of the elephant, or the year of I don't know why the elephant came up. Oh, the water rabbit. So what did I say? Did I say rabbit? Yeah, water rabbit. So I heard year of the elephant. So this is your year to step out and be you. But elephant in the room means that you can, because that's the word I'm hearing. Elephant in the room is that you cannot not be seen. Like you're right there. Like they can't not see you. And so what it is you're trying to hide, but you're the elephant in the room. You're the big thing that's there that everybody's talking about, and you're just not stepping into that light as you are. I feel like career wise, you could be moving so much higher or faster up the ladder than you are, and that you just aren't receiving the gifts that the universe is giving to you. You're asking and then you're not taking what they're giving to you. But I do feel like you're on the right path. Just concentrate more on you. What do I want? What do I need? What makes me happy? And then pursue those things. One of the things that Keena always says is identify what it is that you want, and then reject everything else that doesn't look like that. So if this doesn't look like what I want, or this isn't along the lines of what I think it is, then reject it and move forward. So what is going to make you happy? This is the year of you. So be positive and moving forward. But I do think that you're on the right path, Miss GP.
Super. Super, super, super. Next and last is, and Lady Luna, yeah, go back and review it. If that's what you're saying, you did already. If you didn't, go back and review. We did give you a reading, and I think it was like the 220 mark or something. I just been getting a lot of shade about me independently being on my own, paying rent from family members and friends, now wondering how this move will go.
Are these people paying your rent? Because shade to me is just people talking. And if people are talking about you, then it's because obviously you're doing something different than what you've been doing before. And so why does it matter? Like, if they're not paying my rent, why does it matter if what they're saying to me? You seem to be allowing them to discourage you. You seem to be like, the word that I'm hearing is a very tenacious person, and it'll work if you want it to work. Or are you gonna let anything that they say kind of be a dark cloud over your head? You asked paying my rent. How will this move go? Is Victoria's move going to be successful? I got a yeah. So I get that your move is going to be successful, but it's all about your efforts that you put forward. I wouldn't have even put any of that big at the beginning. My question would have just been like wondering how this move will go. I don't understand why you put all that information about your family members. They're not paying your bills, so why do they even matter? I wouldn't have even put any of that in my question because that would have mattered at all. Obviously it is ticking on you and causing you some kind of distress and making you second guess your decisions. But in the grand scheme of it all, they don't matter. I wouldn't have even put that in my question at all. But I do get that it will be successful if you are. I also get a person that's scared, like they're showing me a baby bird kind of trying to step out of the nest. I don't feel like you're being pushed out of the nest, but I feel like you're timidly walking out of the nest, like it's time to go, and you're a little bit timid and a little bit afraid because it is. Rent is expensive, but do know that. And they don't take IOUs, and they don't take I didn't work this week, or they reduced my hours. So be mindful in those things. Like, I'm a realistic person. Like, I believe in spirit, but I'm realistic. If this rent is $1,700 and I only make $2,500, that might not be the best move because you still got gas, electric, food, stuff you got to pay for. So be mindful in what you're doing and move forward when you are actually ready. Don't let what they're saying hover over you, but be mindful that it's affordable for you over a cycle of time. If you take your income and you write it down for the last 3 to 6 months, do you have enough money to cover the expenses that you're going to incur when you move out? Because not being able to do something and just go to a show when you're living at home is one thing, but when you're out and about and you be like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna go to this show for $200 and not pay my rent, the rent people don't care about that.
Amen.
So that's all I got, Miss Victoria.
But I'm like you, Angie. When it comes to the shade, who cares? When it comes to what people think, who cares? If you're ready to take the leap and you believe you can do it and do it. I mean, it's, you know what? The worst comes to worst. You made a mistake and you have to go back. So what? There's been worse things happening in this world.
Lots of worse.
Absolutely.
Well, I like that we ended that on a good note. Is that our last person?
Yes.
She said that was last.
Yes, it is. I'm back.
You're just swinging that hair, dang.
I want my braids back.
She get her braids back. She is so happy.
Next month.
Yes. Ain't that what I said next month? February?
I thought you said next week. You said next week.
No, well, I mean it's technically February next week.
Yeah,
Already?
you're right.
What?
You're right. Yeah.
Oh no, not really. Okay, we got another whole,
Ooh, scare me.
10 days. 10 days. It ain't a lot. 10 days. A
This
lot could
listen,
happen
you
in
know
10
where we
days.
goes by so fast. It'd be like January, February, March, and it'd be like April, May.
So wait, then the Super Bowl, is it the fourth the wait, the fourth? Is it that first weekend in February?
What? The Super
I
Bowl?
The
don't
Super
know.
Bowl.
Oh, that I don't know. I don't know that one.
What? You don't know this?
Nope. I was gonna say that one. I don't know. I knew everything else. It's the watery thing.
Oh Lord, guess what?
It's February the 12th.
we
Don
almost we almost made it through.
almost.
We were almost
I was like,
through.
wait, Don, you emailing Wendy and telling her to inbox you? I thought that was for real.
I had to do
Dang,
the
we
same thing. I
made
had to
it
do a double take myself.
so close. So close.
Oh my God, we were 2 hours and 40 minutes. Oh my God, Mr. Medium Spellcaster, this one's for you.
Who the fuck do you think you are?
And I
Crystal
love
said
that.
that it's February 12th.
Yeah, I just looked it up, February 12th. Yeah.
Oh my God, we were that close.
And it's
Oh
here,
my God.
Keena.
Yeah, I know it's here. And
You know what?
I'm
Maybe I should see
thinking,
about
no.
volunteering there. Maybe I can meet some wealthy people. See if they need some volunteers at the Super Bowl.
They're taking volunteers for it. Sometimes when I was reading,
I want to stay away from that crowd of people.
I think it was yesterday morning, some lady was talking about having volunteered somewhere else, and I'm like, yeah, these people make so much money.
Oh, wait. Somebody tonight said that they volunteered when they were in Detroit.
That's
Cassandra.
right. Okay.
Yeah, she said she volunteered when they were in Detroit. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like,
Yeah.
as much money as they make, no, I ain't giving my time away. There's all these people getting rich off of this, and you want me to volunteer my time? I don't think so.
Exactly.
Hey, but if you're in the area, if you're coming for Super Bowl and you want to get a live reading with Angie or myself, this is the perfect time to do it. So schedule it in while you got it. So
You're not renting out your house. You can get big bucks.
As an Airbnb.
Yeah, no, our association does not allow it, and they watch that stuff. So
really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Can't do
A
the
lot of
Airbnb
places
yet.
are really cracking down on it because it just makes the neighborhood horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we do know somebody who did an Airbnb and it got shot up. So.
Oh Lord.
No comment.
Oh man.
Don't
Well,
do it.
you know, it's interesting
Don't do
because the city of Scottsdale just sent me a letter because Ava's condo that she lives in, and the same complex, somebody listed a condo, and it's $2,400 a month on Airbnb or whatever, or $299 a night. And so they sent us a thing saying you're in violation of something. And I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? I called them up and they're like, oh, we'll send you the listing. And I'm like, go ahead, send me the link. And I looked and like, it's not our address. It's the same street address, but it's not the unit number. I'm like, all right, have you all lost your mind? But they're like, you know, we're gonna fine you or whatever. I'm like, come on, bring it on, baby, bring it on.
Dang, Don, you out here
reading is fundamental. That is literally what I was talking to the kids about, being able to read and comprehend. Did you read all the numbers correctly?
Exactly. Yep. So the city and I went around a little bit on that phone, and then the woman
or
starts
the street names.
Yeah, well, we're back and forth in emails, and I'm like, show me, you show me, because she's like, here's the listing, and I'm like, show me on there where it is, because I'm looking at your listing, and I said, and while you're showing me that, why don't you show me how our unit backs up to the wash, and we have a nice concrete brick fence way back, and this one shows another apartment. You're looking at somebody else's window. How does that happen? How does that work, right? It's like crazy.
Down in Maricopa, all of the corner houses are the same address, but they're just on different streets. Like Keisha, remember, and this one lady came, I think she was like doing a food delivery. I don't know which one it was, but she just like, when I opened the door, she's just like, here, this is for you. And I'm like, What do you mean? And so I asked everybody in the house, like, did anybody order food to be delivered? And then she was like, yeah, this is such address. I said, no, this is a different street. I'm like, all of the corner houses have the same street number, but they're different streets. Pay attention to the street, lady.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know,
So,
you guys have
one
been
thing I had to learn here was north and south matters a lot.
Yeah.
Like, you know, north, this street, south, that matters a lot. You definitely have to know your north, south, east, and west, or you will end up on the wrong side of town.
Yeah. And you guys know what our neighborhood looks like. We have like 2 gates to get in, right? You have to get in the first gate and the second gate. But can you believe it? Somebody brought Chinese food and delivered it. We weren't even at the house. We came back and we looked out there and there's a stack of food, a bag with a stack of food, all this Chinese food. And I'm like, how did they get the wrong address here? And how did they get in to get the wrong address here? I was like, what? To be honest with you, I actually was Thai food because they had curries and stuff. But I really wanted to eat it, but I'm like, since I don't know where it came from.
You just never know.
Exactly.
You just never know.
Yeah, so I'm like, sorry, it's got to, you know.
All that wasted food. And look, and I'm the person at home missing my food. Like, dang, it's been 2 hours.
Yeah, it was like,
and they like, we delivered it to where?
Yeah, I was wondering, somebody's not going to be happy because it was like $70 worth of food. Yeah. It's like,
I've had packages here in my complex go to the wrong apartment. Luckily I had someone bring it to me. I don't know if it was the same building or what. Wrong apartment. Like, that is so wrong. And so, but later that day it showed up. I was like, "Ooh, thank goodness."
Our neighbor, one door up, often gets our packages, and we get theirs. And so I'm texting saying, "When you're in town next, you know, let's stop by, or do you want me to drop it off in front?" And they're like, "We're not in town this week. We're so we're back at."
Where are they going?
They have a lot of stuff going on out of state. I'll put it that way. So. Yeah.
They need a house sitter.
Yeah, interestingly enough, I guess because they probably, I don't know, they may have one. I don't know. They're like, please don't put my stuff out there on the street. I'm like, okay.
That is funny.
Oh my God. I just looked something up. I just got a huge craving for onions. Like I could taste them in my mouth. And I looked it up and it says that your liver is struggling to break down toxins because your body is in short supply of sulfur.
Ooh, what a smell of sulfur.
That's iron? No, you said sulfur
maybe.
Or sulfate?
Sulfur. SULFUR.
Oh, I was saying that's iron, man.
I guess it's not, huh?
It says onions are rich in sulfur and you can get them at the grocery store. This means your body, you may be craving onions because your liver is struggling to break down toxins because your body is in short supply of sulfur.
Interesting.
If I start having cravings for onions, I'd be sick. Like,
Every time I hear the word sulfur, I think of the Wizard of Oz, because when the Wicked Witch spins and goes down and disappears, and the Glinda's there, and she goes, "Oh, what a smell of sulfur." So I always remember that phrase from her when the Wicked Witch goes bye-bye. That's that.
They're also saying it could be sickness, pregnancy, or vitamin deficiency. So I'm gonna go with sickness or vitamin deficiency. Everybody already said that I sound nasally, so maybe that's it.
Could be. There you go. Take some multivitamins.
You said I'm gonna go.
Oh, it says, or your body is trying to fight off a cold. There you go. I'm about to go have me some good Southwest honey. The honey made in the Southwest.
You need some Thai basil. It'll clear all that up.
Oh yeah, some strong, like a 3 or 4 pepper one. Mm-hmm. Yes. Well, I think we were about done for the night. Again, happy birthday, Kina, and
thank you.
We will see each other again soon. I am certain, maybe before Sunday.
I will see you in the morning. You and Shauna.
And are you going on Sunday? You going back up on Sunday, Angie?
Yes, I don't have anything else planned. I think I'm going to go up on Sunday.
Super. All right.
If everybody's around, we'll see.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for popping in. Don't forget, if you haven't already done it, hit the like buttons before we cancel this thing out so you can get some likes there. But with that said, we are done for the night. Take care, everybody, and thanks again for popping in. Adios. Happy birthday to you.